Okay. Hey, what's up, B? What's going on? How's everybody doing today? Good, I hope. I guess there's only one person here. B, what's going on? Okay, I'm here by myself. So anyway, listen, we're gonna do trending cap topics. Breezy, hey, what's up? Tea time. We have so much tea to talk about. Cocoa Bean, what's up, darling? We got B in here, we got Breezy, we got Cocoa Bean. Okay, it's a trap house party. I didn't get my Arizona mango thing because I'm trying to get summertime vine, and it's just a struggle. So I didn't even. Hey, Inga, how are you? Hey, Green Girl, 19876 or 1976, 9876. What's up? We in here. Hey, I would play some music, but I remember how Rodney the Voice stream got shut down. So I was like, it's a little after Rodney. And he has like quadruple the amount of followers I have. Who knows what they'll do to me? It's 2:40 a.m. And Kimmy's like, what's tea, sis? That's right. And you're ready for the mess? Okay, listen. Let's get straight to the mess. What's the first thing we're going to talk about? You guys, I'm posting a little video. I actually decoded when Porsha first met Phelan, or when they were on camera, and the shady shit that went on. Yeah, the producers know that they were messing around for a while. But you know what? So Kate Chastain, she's on Bravo's chat room, no more, but she was on Below Deck. And you know that podcast everybody's talking about, right? You were on my first one in the trap house. Hey, what's up, Shaq Show? Yes, Cocoa Bean, you were on that stream, weren't you? You were. But she was talking about how that kind of alluding that Porsha knew that everybody kind of knew that Porsha was messing around with Simon. And she even said in January, first of all, after the Bolo thing, she came back and she was acting really weird. But then in January, she went on vacation in the Caribbean and she came back, and Kate Chastain, her coworker, was like, how was everything? And she was being really cagey. Now, I know you guys heard the audio. That's when she was like, Portia's a really good actress. She's a really good liar. She's really good at being fake and phony. Like, you really, really believe it. We all know that. But you know what I just realized? Remember when I was like, why is Porsha announcing shit? Is she pregnant? I still think she's pregnant. I think this, I really do honestly think that. But also, remember how they fired Kenya? Because Kenya got married and had a life off the show. Remember how they fired Kenya because she refused to see? You know, it might have been that Porsha ran to tell everybody about what's going on because, right, she didn't want to get something in her contract or get fired, not from producers, but from the network executives being like, what the hell is going on? Why are you doing so much off camera? What's up, Alexandra? How you doing, babes? Now, I did a little investigating, right? And I'm going to make a little video out of it, but you guys might as well be the first. I have pictures to show you guys, right? So you know how Portia's been like, no. And she's been posting these pictures, right? In the waist trainer, right? Okay, you guys all know this picture. However, because I didn't have shit else to do today, right? Because I was thinking about what content to make, but then I was like, do I need to interview? Hey, thank you, Inga. Yay, Inga, thank you. Speak it into existence. So I was trying to think of videos to make, Inga, thank you so much. I was trying to think of videos to make, you guys. I was like, should I do the Real House of Beverly Hills? Because nobody seems to be doing reviews for that. I was like, should I do Jersey? I don't know. I think Bravo's dying. But so y'all remember this, right? Yes, the waist trainer, right? You remember this picture. And I was just like, I don't think that's current. And this is real odd, right? And Porsha did come out and say, y'all, I'm not pregnant. But this is a known liar. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Kenya who, and I'm not saying I'm the biggest Kenya stan, but it's not like Kenya or even Candy or even Cynthia that you can kind of at least trust what they say at least 80%. Porsha will lie out her mouth, no problem. You just stole someone's man. Man, we don't believe you. But I was on Twitter because I didn't have shit else to do because I was looking for some content to give you guys, right? Yeah, she has on the ring in the picture, but look on this one, right? This was taken by this gentleman. His name is Latrell Phillips, right? This is his Twitter account. He's just a regular guy, right? Don't ask me how it came across my feed. But here he is posting a picture of him and Porsha in the Lenox Mall, right? Or whatever that mall is, right? Let me wipe this off really quick so y'all can see better. Sorry. I'm like wiping stuff on my shirt, right? But thank you, Nestor. Thank you so much. But get this, right? Shout out to Nestor. Thank you. Look at her stomach in this picture. Y'all, she is pregnant. Even the way she's leaning forward, even if the way, I don't know if you guys can see it, her jeans are stretched. She is, let me turn my phone thing up. She is pregnant. I swear to God, when I get out the trap house, I'm going to get some real production. But for right now, y'all get in the hood, right? But here's the thing, right? This is also a picture of her while she's on vacation. Can you guys see what's going on? Oh, that's cool. Do I have a green screen on? Hold on. Let me turn that off. I didn't even realize I had a green screen in the back. Okay, so look, right? Look at this. Look at her stomach, y'all. This is while she was on vacation in luxury. This is why she was on vacation, y'all. She is pregnant. Look at her stomach. It is bulging out. Porsha's pregnant. That's why she announced, right? Yeah, she's trying to throw us off so it'll be a big surprise for the show. I think that her whole goal was to get her own spinoff so she doesn't even have to be bothered with the Real Housewives, right? But in other sickening news, Simon got his teeth done. Let me see if I can find the picture. Simon got his teeth done. He is ready for his close-up. He keeps posting shit on internet. Money will make, what's that meme that I'm always talking about? Money will make somebody think they look so good. He's posting shit all over on Instagram. He is ready for his close-up. He just got his veneers on. Probably the same people that went to Porsha. Listen, I know, my teeth are just regular tweet. Because when you stop this shit with veneers, when people look like they literally took white Tic Tacs and shoved it in their gums, there was nothing, well, I don't know. I never saw Simon smile, but as far as I saw, there was nothing wrong with his teeth. Why is everybody going to this weird place of perfection? Do you know what it remembers? Who's talking, right? Doggy dentures. That's right, Money loves doggy dentures. But here's the thing, right? Remember when we were younger and people got plastic surgery and it looked weird to us, but then you can always tell the people that are 80 or 90 that got plastic surgery in the 80s and 90s because their face looks like this. Like it looks like death comes her, men and women, right? I kind of feel like that's going to be the whole thing when we go for the dental implants, right? But, thank you, B. I kind of feel like that's going to be the thing when we get older and we look at people that had their butt done, their chest done, but more importantly, their teeth and their face and their nose. Thank God injectables kind of dissolve. But I really do think we'll look at people with those white horse teeth when you're 90 years old and your teeth are like smiling, like they're like Mr. Potato Head dentures, right? What's up, Hot Spicy Midnight Tea? Welcome to the live. Hey, Kim Elise, what's going on? Yo, I really do. Yeah, I don't think that it's going to be a good thing. But listen, let's move on because I always take a moment to drag Simon and Porsha. That is my mission in life. And it is fulfilled. Okay, so let's move on from that. Oh, Marlo was talking shit about Porsha. Let me see if I got the video. I taped it for y'all, right? I love talking to you guys like this because I heard if you get dentures that you have to keep getting them every other year. So when you get not dentures, but I do know when you get those veneers and when all that stuff, they have to shave down your regular teeth. So you don't have to get it every other year, but I believe you have to get them every 10 years. And your regular teeth you cannot use. So it is something. It is like getting dentures before you actually need dentures, I don't know. I'm gonna wait till technology because I figure by the time I'm 80, there's probably going to be a hologram chamber I can step into that will literally reconstruct my body to look like it did when I was like, I don't want 20s. I want like right when you hit 30, reconstruct my body, give me the same skin texture, give me the same teeth, even probably reconstruct my hair. I'm going to wait until the very last moment, right? To get plastic surgery so I can just be reconstructed because I know they're going to have some hot shit in 40, 50 years. And everybody that got surgery now is going to feel like, damn, we should have waited. That's what I'm waiting for. But here's Marlo's video. Let me turn my volume up. Hold on. Wait, is this going to play? Hold on. I'm like, I taped the video and my dumbass, I'm pressing play instead of pressing play down here. Hold on. Let's turn the volume.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Let's see.
Fuck with her, but
Marlo's so pretty, isn't she?
Y'all
just pretty.
Porsha like fine. I don't think that shit ain't real. But guess what? Good storyline, Your storyline. It's interesting this season, but this will be I mean, not going to say much more interesting. When Black Lives Matter, but I don't believe it. I just don't believe her coming from the household she was raised in, a Christian family, her grandfather, that she would literally go and do something like that. Because, baby, y'all remember on the reunion, she said she was scared of me. That bitch would have to be scared of me. If I ever brought about my man and she dated my man, that's like me dating Dennis or some shit. Some shit you don't do. I'm from Florida. So me being from Florida, some shit you what? Some shit you what, Keon? You just don't. You don't motherfucking do.
Okay, so that was Marlo's comment. Now let's see what somebody says. Baratheo? Hey, new me, what's going on, right? Hey, RK Collection, you just snuck in here. What is going on? New me, when is she starting? So listen. I'm starting now, new me. So, Baratheo, you're saying Marlo was messing with married old men. Why is she talking? That was never confirmed. And to tell you the truth, that rumor actually came from Porsha and Phaedra. So, I don't believe, now that when it first started, I believed it. I'm not going to lie. When they first came out with bullshit about Kenya, I actually did believe it. I did. I didn't care because I love Kenya. I was like, I don't care. But I actually did believe it. But now the more and more time goes in between seasons, the more and more I realize, y'all, say hi to Thermostat. It is a toasty 78 degrees in my house, right? Say hi to the real star of this live, Thermostat. Anyway, I really do think that now, right? Oh, yeah, thank you, B. Don't forget to smash the like button. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Thank you so much. She was dating Nene's ex-boyfriend. Now, Barthea, am I saying that? Baratheo? David? I'm going to call you David, right? The thing is, you are right. She was dating Nene's. It wasn't her ex, but that old guy, John, that she got money from him. That was a shady situation. And to the point of why she talking, because Nene was still friends with her afterwards, so it couldn't have been what we thought it was. Because I don't even think Nene was taking it. I think she was like, he's for everybody. It's fine, whatever you can get from them. Marla admitted that she dated a rich man. He bought her a house and gave her money. Ain't nothing. Exactly, RK Collection. She didn't steal her friend's husband. She didn't do this. She didn't go. What's wrong with like a rich man giving you money? Hello? Like seriously, like man or woman, what is wrong with somebody that can better in your life? She was dating him. What's the big deal, right? And the man was never married as far as, hey, Mr. Brown Royale, what's going on? Y'all follow Mr. Brown Royale on Twitter. He has one of the best feeds. He was actually the first person to actually even welcome me to Twitter and encourage me to do astrology and my recaps. So if you don't like my recaps, you know who to blame, right? Go in and span them, right? Yeah. No, well, here's the thing. We don't know the true story, but now the more and more I see the way it is common for some cast members to really start some shit, it really makes me think like, how much is actually true? I'm going to believe what's confirmed. But did you see the shade that Marlo threw to her when she's like, I think it's all for a plot line? She knows this shit is real because she was even hinting at it at the reunion, but apparently they cut that out. And she was like, Portia's mom was raised, Porsha was raised better. She comes from a good Christian household. Marlo gave her that Southern shade where they're like, I know she's not a hoe because she comes from a good family and her family wouldn't raise a hoe. That's that Southern shade, right? Hey, thank you. Tisa tells the truth. Thank you, Mr. Brown Royale. So you said you've been watching the older seasons and remember how much Porsha was talking shit on Kenya and a Paul situation after you lied about how ironic. Yo, I realized something from the earlier seasons. I used to think earlier seasons Porsha was just dumb. And by dumb, I mean just not quick with it easily. But the more she got, I don't know if it's the fame that made her that way or if people allowed her to get that way. But yo, I'm telling you, she's actually really, really like vindictive and scary. She lies at the drop of the hat and she tells dangerous lies. I remember I used to listen to Erica De Niro and Rodney The Voice say that in prior seasons. This was like, in prior seasons, I remember them saying that and I never took it into account. But now I see exactly what they're saying, like dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. What's up, Latasha? Hey, Star Child. Latasha said they just threw stuff out there hoping it sticks long enough for them to sign a contract. Exactly. Yeah, I hope it's for a storyline, David. If it's for a storyline, I will be like, Porsha, you are diabolical. I will take my hats off to her. I will do a tribute episode to Porsha Williams about how good she is if this is all a storyline. I really will. I will eat my words and everything. Yeah, Breezy, you have to rewatch the reunion, but she said she wouldn't date married men because it goes against her morals. Porsha ain't got no damn morals. I think P-Valley's hypocrisy. I love that P-Valley is why she's getting the extra heat. The truth is not in that woman. It is not. What's up, Kara? Hey, Delilah Gainey. Oh, thank you. No, I haven't done the Real Housewives of New York recap. I'm going to do it starting the next episodes because it was like a little, oh no, that season is weird to me this year. You know, Portia's playing dumb. She knows exactly what she's doing. What's up, one tall girl? Star Child Marlo reminds me of Naomi Campbell. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I was like, is that Naomi? Speaking of Naomi Campbell, you know she just had a baby, right? Now, we don't know if she was actually pregnant and hiding or if it was a surrogate or if this is like, you know, a surrogate with her egg or not, but she's finally fulfilled her role as a woman of 50 years old to have a baby. And I say hats off to Naomi Campbell. I actually like it when women buck against the patriarchy. Everybody was telling her before, you need to settle down. What's going to happen? Everybody's like, oh, you can't keep a man. She was a supermodel. She lived her life. She did all these amazing glamorous things. She's giving back to the community. She puts black models, not even black. She puts black and minority models on. She's become a face of change and good. And the political system, shout out to when she was on trial and had to testify for the blood diamonds she received and give the blood diamonds back. But she's done so much. She lived her life. She can write 20 books. And now she's going over to motherhood. And I love that for her. I love that for her, right? Porsha was evil back then. She was laughing at Kenya's pain. Yes. And that lie she made up about Walter being bald. Walter wasn't bald. He was just a goddamn asshole. He was an asshole that embarrassed her and was trying to make her crawl. That's one thing I'd say about the men Kenya dates. She's consistent, right? Walter tried to make her crawl like the way Mark makes her crawl. The only thing is she didn't really care about Walter, the way she cared about Mark. So she plays into Mark's dumbness. And I think it's because it's Brooklyn's father. And if she could, she wants that fairy tale of having, you know, your husband in the thing with your thing. Q Delilah said, "Ooh, child, I didn't get my notification." Hey, Tisa. Hey, what's up, Q Delilah? Come on, Trap Queen, live for the Trap House. I would play She's My Trap Queen, but I know it's going to get stuck down. Oh, yeah, that pick on Simon. Porsha put, he's so hot. Porsha thinks she's running game on Simon. Let me tell you something. Simon is an old, seasoned dog. Porsha ain't running no game on him. Alexandra said Porsha's intellectually challenged. I don't know. I don't think Kara said Porsha doesn't have any dignity. She would allow this to be a plot line. I don't think it's a plot line, Kara. And listen, I don't think Porsha's intellectually challenged. I think that she is willing to do anything and step over anyone to get what she wants. A lot of people will, but I don't think Porsha's stupid. I hope that she calculated this right, though, you know. Oh, yeah, RK Collection, you're going to stuff your face with Uber and binge on Real Housewives Season 6. Kenya likes men who are challenged because, you know what, Nivea, what's up, Nivea? Welcome. I don't think it's a challenge. I think Kenya likes men that remind her of that emotional rejection she got for her mom. But in that point, you are right. She loves that challenge to get in there and try to see if she can make them love them. It's a weird thing that she has, but it's like this stuff with her mom, you know? Yeah, she likes men that are emotionally unavailable, just like her mom. Emotionally unavailable, cruel, publicly humiliate her, just like her mom did over and over and over, and dismissive and ignore her, you know? Let's see. What's up, cute, sweet cutie? Yeah, Porsha was a total Karen at that reunion. Oh, Kyra. Sorry about Kyra. Sorry about that, Kyra. Got you. Drew was trying to slay with Delilah's spirit. That's right. I know that's right. Yo, so let's talk about some other stuff, right? No, I do agree with you, David. Porsha is a fan favorite, very popular. Think she can get away with everything. Breezy, I feel you. But you know, Drew is not going to, because Drew was at Pilar's birthday party, because, you know, she didn't get any pictures taken, but Ralph was there with all the guys. So I know Drew was there too, you know, but Drew is just trying to stay on the show. But let's move on to some stuff, y'all. And y'all know A$AP Rocky and Rihanna, right? RK Collection says, I feel like Kenya actually goes for men that don't want her and she wants a challenge in making them love her. Yeah, exactly. We're thinking the same thing, RK Collection. But I'm telling you, also the new people entering, hit the like button. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to do this full time. What am I saying? I already do this full time, but I'm trying to do some real numbers so you girl can enroll in an editing class and y'all can stop talking trash about my fades. But so ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, right? He outright declared his love for her. He declared his love for her. He literally said, I think when you know, and she's the one. Now, Rihanna has traveled the world and she's still got a Belgian man because his grandfather is from the same island Rihanna's from, right? Oh, thank you, it's Latasha. I appreciate you, babe. Thank you. Yeah, I hope it works out too. This is really weird for him because remember when he was making those comments saying black girls shouldn't wear red lipstick? And he was really kind of like low key, like not anti-black, but sometimes those guys that think that anybody that doesn't look black, right? You need to be racial ambiguous above to be worthy of his thing. He was dating a lot of models. He ran through a lot of models. I know he treated Chanel Iman bad when he was with her. Who else was he with that was black? I know he treated somebody else bad, but that's it. I think he treated everybody bad. But he actually said, and let me read from this quote. He said, it was an interview with GQ, if you want to go over to the site. They haven't spoken publicly about his relationship despite spending so much time together, blah, 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 blah. And he said that being in a relationship is better when you're the one. He said it's so much better when you've got the one. She amounts to probably like a million of the other ones. I think when she's the one. Although ASAP didn't go into much detail, I guess so, because here's the thing. Rihanna's beautiful. She's clearly fun. She's very loving, right? It looks like she's, hella sexy, right? But she's also got 20 times more than him. I'm sure she is the one, right? It's like, where else are you going to get that's going to achieve more than Rihanna? And they got that shared culture because it is nice when somebody shares your culture. It's fine, of course, interracial dating, this and that, but it is nice when culture is shared, isn't it? Hey, thank you for the sticker, B. It is nice when culture is shared, right? He didn't go into much detail about the relationship. He did speak that he spent holidays with Rihanna in Barbados. And he said, if you recall, he said it was like a homecoming thing. He said his father immigrated from Barbados in the US. It was crazy. I always imagined what it'd be like for my dad before he came to America. And I got to visit those places. And believe it or not, there's something nostalgic about it. It was foreign but familiar. Yeah, he's down bad. He's in love. And good for her. Because remember when... No, he does, sweet cutie. He does have an interesting past. He does. Navia said, I agree. It's more in-depth explanation of what I meant by challenge. Yeah, exactly. I agree with RK Collections. Like you hit that on the head. Hey, what's up? Hey, Thermo. Who's Thermo? Let's see. Yeah, he does look super young, but they're around the same age. They're equally suited. They're both really, really good looking. And honestly, it's nice to actually see Rihanna get claimed because remember, this is some old tea, right? You guys can Google it. So Drake's son, right? Rihanna was low-key dating Drake for a while. There's evidence of it. You can go look. But then he got that porn star. I know he got Sophie. Google Drake's baby's mom before and after plastic surgery. There was before plastic surgery. He got her pregnant, right? She ended up keeping the baby. You remember he wouldn't claim the baby until Pusha T put him on blast. Now it looks like he's involved in the son's life. And he got the mom plastic surgery. And now instead of being a porn star, she's an artist. So she spends all day painting. Good for her. He keeps her in luxury and his son in luxury. He goes to an exclusive private school. But the casualty was she broke up with Drake and never talked to him again. Then she bounced to that Saudi billionaire, but the Saudi billionaire was actually dating Naomi Campbell when Rihanna did a Porsha, not really. The Saudi billionaire was dating Naomi Campbell when he met Rihanna, and then him and Rihanna started dating. I don't know if they were friends or cool. I mean, obviously they know who each other was, but that's when they started dating. Rihanna was super in love and everybody thought that they would get engaged, but apparently his family didn't, and how's he a Saudi billionaire? His family, for one, owns all the Toyota dealership, the license to have Toyota dealerships all over the Middle East, among other things. He's actually the one that helped her get into the makeup deal, get into her Fenty clothing line deal. He literally helped elevate her, but when it came to actually marrying her, he refused. And once she realized, right? Yeah, once she realized that Saudi billionaire, Google all this, it's well documented, but I'm just paraphrasing. Once she realized that Saudi billionaire was not going to marry her, and I think he wasn't going to marry her because everybody said he comes from a Muslim family. They are conservative. So it might have been something like they were letting him have his fun, but they were like, you're not really marrying that girl, you know? And, you know, some families are really like that. I want to say people are like, oh, it's because it's a Muslim family. But, you know, some families are really just like, no, go ahead and have your fun, but you're not marrying that person, man or woman. So she ended up leaving him. And when she left him, she went into her blackety black stage. Now she's wearing braids. She's doing all this. She's doing all that. He cheated on her a bunch of times. Or I don't want to say it's definite that she cheated, but they broke up and they were off and on a lot. So maybe it was personality. I don't want to say that he was cheating, but at the end of it, he wouldn't marry her. And now she's at ASAP, and ASAP is saying she's the one. So listen, I hope love rules. I think she could do a lot better. But what do I know? What do I know? Because yeah, what do I know, right? Yeah, exactly. Money Loves, you hit it on that. Welcome, Money Loves. Hey, Kenya Bean. Kenya Moore is definitely not the type of woman that she wouldn't tell Fallon what Simon was cheating on her with Porsha Williams said tonight. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think Kenya knew that she was seeing Simon. Kenya does not mess with Porsha unless Porsha comes in Kenya's face. But I'm sure everybody kept it away, and I'm sure she would have told Fallon. But I'll tell you who Porsha was telling: LaToya. Because LaToya knew that business too much, right? No, it wasn't Cutie. It wasn't because of shady ties. I agree with Money Loves. I actually think that they might have wanted to arrange their marriage. You know, when you get to that level of wealth, when you marry someone, especially when someone is young, I know you guys think that in America, when you're 18, you're grown. But when you're in foreign and you're from that money, all money, you're not grown until your business starts self-supporting you. You have your inheritance, but it's not self-supporting. And also when there's marriages, it's literally money combining with money. I mean, I know you guys all know this, but I do think that arranging marriage is just like marrying kingdoms. You know what I'm saying? So, and also they think about the kids too. So that's what's going on with She's the One. I mean, I'm glad Rihanna has found, LaToya was saying a lot of truths, even about them being kicked out of the kingdom, which reminds me, let's talk about that divorce. Remember when I had that thing where I was just like, yo, I think Simon's trying to get, if you guys watched my other trending topics, but if you didn't, I'll catch you up, right? What's up, Creatoress? Thank you so much for that comment. I think what's going on is Simon. You guys, let's get these likes going up. Come on. We can do this, right? And quiet as his cups, right? Hey, wow. What's up, Reggie? Gemini King? Oh, what's going on? Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Reggie. Reggie, just for you, shout out. I am doing a video about Gemini's zodiac, moon, rising, and sun, how to tell when they're over you, how to tell when they like you, how to make them want more, and how to make them go away. Spoiler alert, if anybody wants to get rid of a Gemini that will not go away, you know what you do? You bore them. Geminis will stand for a lot of bullshit, but the one thing they will not stand for is being bored. All you have to do is just be boring. Just be boring. Just be boring. Be predictable. Be monotone. Have no energy. Have no depth. When they start talking about stuff, be like, oh, I don't really know about the subject. Anyway, you know, and a Gemini will be like, ugh, it's kryptonite. But thank you so much, Reggie. Thank you for the chat. So I was actually saying, remember when I had that thing about Fallon's divorce where I said, I think Simon's trying to get evidence to see if he's cheating because a prenup can be challenged in the court in the state of Georgia if there is an adultery clause. What's up, Creatoress? Thank you so Yo, Gemini's in the house. Wait till I do this video. Yes, I love the Geminis, but y'all are live. Because here's the thing, I feel like other air signs and fire signs can handle y'all, even though you don't really mess with fire signs like that, at least not Aries, right? But the one thing I know about Geminis, when y'all wreak havoc on those poor water signs, I just be sitting there like, Woo, even earth signs, except for Virgos. Virgos can go hard at Geminis. Like, I actually think Virgos are a really good match for Gemini, because when there's something that you guys like about the way the Virgos don't fall for your shit and call you out of your shit, that you're just like, all right, let's play this game again. You love it. It's like they're the perfect foil and they make the game interesting. But remember when I was talking about Phelan and I was like, yo, Phelan is, there's something in that prenup that nobody's seen that I think has to do with some type of adultery, because Phelan, you know why there's court dates? Simon said his divorce was finalized. It wasn't finalized. He petitioned the court, asked them to honor, I pulled up the court papers. He asked them to honor the prenup and he asked them to issue in a divorce immediately. Phelan, yo. Yeah. Yo, thank you, Reggie. Yo, you gotta love Gemini King. But yo, Phelan is actually contesting the terms of the prenup. She's contesting the terms of the prenup. Yo, there's a gag order also. That's why she's not talking, but she's contesting the terms of the prenup. What could be the contesting the terms of the prenup except to prove that the person actually was unfaithful? Now, here's the thing. Fallon is a Taurus, and I am 100% sure that she was all about that fucking money. That's one thing I can say about Taurus. They do not mess with their money. And I'm sure if there was an inch in that prenup, she made sure she had something protecting her. Let me pull it up because I actually did a little research on it because I was looking for content to do for you guys. And then I just started going down the thing. Hold on. Where is this shit? Because y'all are going to gag when you hear this. So she's fighting over money for the divorce, right? Now and because here's the thing, you need to realize that when it comes to divorce, in most states, actually in every state, but when it comes to divorce, there's two things. The marriage has to be dissolved and the assets have to be split. And if there's children, custody needs to be settled. So there's three different workloads, right? The marriage, legal, binding, the assets, and any custody of shared children. Now, when it comes to Simon and Fallon, children are off the table, right? Because they each have their own. They never had a child together. Fine. However, when it comes to assets, and you can agree to the dissolution of marriage, you can do all three things. That's what Kenya and Mark are doing in tandem. It doesn't have to be decided at once. So you can agree, listen, I'm going to dissolve the marriage. Fine. But we're going to talk about the assets, right? Listen, here's the thing. She has her own money, but there's something in that prenup. Listen, you can have 20 million, but shout out if you can get 10 million more. She has her own money, but with guys like Simon and the way he rolls, I've dated guys like Simon before. The way you get them is through their pockets. You can curse them out. You can try to guilt trip you. They don't give a damn. But if you can hit them in their pockets, because they look at that as losing. If you can get one up on them and actually outsmart them in a business situation, that's when, what's up, beat toot toot? What's going on? Hey, what's up, little baby 245? But to my point, let me give you guys some more tea on that. So she can agree to dissolve the marriage. That's fine. But you're still not officially done until all of those three different workloads are a thing. And I'm telling you, she is fighting him for money. It is in the court documents. That's why they put 3 dockets on, because she actually responded to his petition saying, can you dissolve this marriage immediately? Had she said yes, it would have gotten dissolved and the decree would have been issued and it would have been permanent in 2 weeks. Instead, now she's fighting him, right? Now, in the doc, Simon listed the marriage date as June 14th, and he's currently living in a state of separation. He cited the marriage as irregularly broken. Simon asked the court to enforce the prenuptial agreement he signed 2 days before their wedding. That's another thing. She might be trying to enforce it because if you can show that your prenup was signed under duress, it can be voided too. One of the ways the courts sometimes look at duress is what were you doing during that time, right? Oh, thank you, beep, beep, toot, toot, whoop, whoop. But here's the thing. I do tarot readings, y'all. I'm going to be live, not tomorrow. But you know what? I have to put the Gemini season videos up. I might actually do at least a Gemini reading live and a few other readings live. But I'll do the seasonal forecast live. I don't know if that's going to disrupt me, but I'll do it live just so you guys can see me actually real world reading the cards. Because I've been looking at summer tarot readers and I'm like, you pause the camera and then you read what the meanings were. I like it when like the tarot cards are done free form, like right on the spot. But like I was saying, right? If you can prove with a prenup that somebody like tried to make you sign it while you were walking down the aisle, that's considered duress, because you're like, no normal person is going to cut off a wedding while everybody's there and you're going to rehearsal dinners, right? He said there should be a division of assets and debts between the parties as set forth and consistent with the prenup, okay? In his petition, Simon's requesting to be awarded his separate non-marital property. He appears to fear Fallon may sell off their assets before the divorce is final, right? He's pleading with the court to order his estranged wife not to sell off or transfer any property, right? And he asks the court to grant him divorce immediately. No problem, right? But on April 13th, Fallon responded to Simon's divorce petition. She did not, because that's the thing, when you file something, you have about 30 days to respond from the time. And he put, and that's another thing, Simon put a petition forward in January and then he withdrew it. That means that the petition was over. He put a new petition in March, and Fallon actually responded on April. She responded to Simon's divorce petition. She denied his claim that they were living in a state of separation. So Fallon's saying that we were living under, right? How about when readers whip out the meaning of the book online? Star Child, right? Yeah, I did a good legal doc search. You know I love a legal doc search. I'm like, where is that Nexus Lexus? Bring it on, right? But here's what I'm saying, right? Let me just finish this and then we can move on to the next subject because it's juicy. Tell me if this is boring, y'all, but I'll get it out really, right? She said, first of all, she denied they were living in a state of separation. That means that Simon and Porsha were both lying. They were still sharing a marital bed, right? And this is really important when she's trying to break the prenup for any type of cheating. Because if she can prove they were still sharing a marital bed, then even that shit with Simon's side chick is grounds for it to be nullified. She admits their marriage isn't working and isn't against the divorce moving forward. Fallon had no issue with the prenuptial agreement being enforced as part of their divorce. She hit her soon-to-be ex-husband with the counterclaim, though, right? She wants the court to award her attorney fees for having to respond to Simon's divorce. The case is yet to be finalized. Yo, Simon is a Gemini on a mission that is mad. You know what I think Fallon did, though? I think Fallon just let him know that she didn't want him. And that was enough. Because I think that's enough. I think it's a Gemini, and I think it's also him being an Olga, a Nigerian boss, and having a huge ego. Because sometimes with Geminis, when you let them know you don't want them anymore, they'll play around and try to get your attention, but then they'll be like, man, forget you. I got 20 more waiting in the thing. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, right? Yeah, exactly. Saying it was irregularly broken, but that's how you know that she is a liar, right? That's how you know that he is a pure, hold on, guys. Sorry, my dad's texting me. See what he wants. My dad, the last year, has discovered YouTube, and he's always sending me videos. Here's one of them. He's always, he's big on the Second Amendment. We grew up in California and all that stuff, but he's really big on sending me like pro Second Amendment, but for Black people. If you know the genre in YouTube, you know the genre in YouTube. So anyway, let's move on, right? But that's all he's doing, right? Yes, because he was laying it low and spreading it right. Yo, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to my room, or share it with your friends. I'm sure somebody wants to see my manic energy in their lives. So anyway, what's going on with the comments, right? Yeah, exactly. Like Little Baby said, it's ironic that he didn't file for divorce, reasoning infidelity. Simon is a liar just like Porsha. He's trying to protect his money. But you know what? I'm actually interested to see who wins in a battle between a Gemini and a Taurus that's on a paper chase. Fallon has something for him, right? Y'all know that we exposed Porsha's sugar daddy that bought her the car, right? Here he go right here with Porsha's old face. There he go right there. And when I see Porsha's old face, this is what shocks me. I don't know why everybody's getting plastic surgery when Porsha was a really pretty girl. I just don't understand it. All to fit into a certain thing. But I guess the way you need designer handbags, you need a designer face. Y'all, don't let me get my subscribers up. I'm going to come in and be like, hello, hold on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tisa's Trap House. That face is going to be tightened. Cheeks are going to be chiseled. And you're going to be like, what you do to your face? And I'm going to say what everybody else said. What are you talking about? I didn't have a nose job. That's the way I'm going to come into Tisa's trap house, looking like Lord Voldemort, right? And stare in your face and be like, what are you talking about? This is all my real body, all my real face, right? It is going to be explosive, this dessert, right? I mean, this divorce is going to be explosive. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Y'all have to guess my sign, all right? You know what? When I reach 20,000 subscribers, we're going to do a chart. Y'all, like, we don't care about that shit that much. But I'm going to show my whole chart so you guys can actually see what makes me work. I'm even going to put my Lilith up because low-key, if you're really trying to see how to get to somebody or what makes somebody click, find out their Lilith. If you can find out their Lilith, which is usually their North Node, if you can find out their Juju is flying everywhere. I know. What's up, Liberia Rose? Right? I know that's right, Star Child. He has a whole. Simon has so much money. He probably has a whole village, like Lord of the Rings, holding hands, throwing Juju onto Fallon. He has enough money to do it. Fallon has a whole village working, throwing Juju on her, and she's still driving, right? Yeah, but I'm telling you. Okay, let's move on to Future's dumb ass. Future is so stupid. Like, first of all, Future is a cool Kevin Samuels, if that makes any sense. No, I'm not a Pisces. But I have a big Pisces influence in my life, but I'm not a Pisces. I've probably been around a Pisces so much that I have Pisces quality. So no, I'm not a Pisces. Listen, we're going to have to get to 20,000 and get to the reveal. But so, you know, Future and Lori Harvey, right? Let me find the article. Future is deep in his feelings about Lori Harvey. He did a song said, tell Steve Harvey, I don't want her. It's fitting to be. Let me tell you something. First of all, Ciara is probably like, oh, thank God he's found a new woman to hate and obsess over. First of all, I actually do think that Future, the reason he's so misogynistic, I don't think that Future prefers women. I think that's not his first choice, you know, and I think I think it's impossible for him to actually really love a woman, right? Oh, thank you, sweet cutie. Sweet cutie is like, sweet cutie, are you a Pisces? Sweet cutie is like, she does not give Pisces vibes. But he said, tell Steve Harvey, I don't want her. He's in his feelings because Lori Harvey is now dating the whole world, Michael B. Jordan. And Michael B. Jordan is shouting from the rooftops, I love her, I love her, I love her. Just like Russell Wilson did to Ciara. Yo, what is wrong with Future? But more importantly, what is wrong with the people that actually really follow behind him, right? Because I noticed one thing about Future. He likes to leave the women that he was with down bad. He likes them chasing them for child support. He likes them arguing. He likes all these things. He really loves breaking the women he's with. And Ciara's biggest sin, I know she is so happy Lori Harvey dated Future. Ciara's biggest sin is after she was made low value, because I remember Kevin Samuels was saying if a woman has a child, she's low value and you have no right to refuse a man for sleeping with you, right? He's really out of his mind. But after she was made low value, so many men were mad, toxic men, not men, were mad that Russell Wilson was like, yo, this is beautiful, let's build a family. And she's being honored the way she should. But then also you think about it, right? Lori Harvey is supposed to be thrown back to the streets and Future was supposed to be the best she got. And Future's really just mad that somebody else scooped him up. It's sad. But this is the state of the world that we live in. Future exists. And I'm even talking about these lyrics. Yo, right? He loves to discard. But the thing is, why do people act like Future is a pride? Future got 11 babies by 30 different moms, and he treats them all bad. He's super misogynistic. He's literally trying to start a harem. I was wondering why Lori Harvey was even messing with Future. But you know what? I'm glad, and this is why it's so important when you have daughters, men and women, to try to have some level of wealth. Because Lori Harvey, I think one of the reasons she walked away is because, one, she has a strong male figure in her life, which is Steve Harvey, maybe her real dad, but also she didn't need Future's money. It wasn't impressed. She was really there because, don't get me wrong, I'm sure she liked it, but she was there because she wanted to be there to a certain point, which had me looking at her sideways. Like, Lori, why do you want to be there? But you look at Ciara. Ciara, she had a strong relationship with her father, and her father was there when she first had the baby and when Future was playing her on tour, and he was the one that's like, let's get out of here. So, good for them for having, I don't even just say fathers, because you can do it with having strong mothers too, but I'm glad they had a strong family structure that when they were slipping into an abusive relationship, that they could find the strength to pull themselves out. So I'm happy, right? Ciara's the only one that got away, but also Lori Harvey got away, right? Yeah, everyone goes through the bad boy phase, but the thing is the fact that they had that strong family structure, because I don't just think Future's a bad boy. I think Future is mentally abusive. That goes beyond a bad boy. It's just somebody that's on some F-boy stuff. Future, to me, strikes me as like a narcissist or narcissistic tendencies, but very, very emotional abusive. And anyone that's ever been sucked into an emotional abusive relationship knows you need a strong family and a strong support base to pull you out, right? Yeah. If he's not trying to bang everything moving, yeah. No, Future is an incel. Future is an incel. He is an incel to his heart. Listen, y'all, there's a lot of incels out there that get women and they're still incels and they still hate women because they're still mad that they weren't chosen. I don't know what it is actually. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to get into this because I don't feel like arguing. I don't feel like the Kevin Samuel bots to come in here. But yeah, there's a lot of incels that have women. There really are. There's a lot of incels that have women. Let's see. It's Latasha said they say it's for the money. I don't trust rapper money. It doesn't seem long lasting. Now, producer money, writing money, perhaps. So I never have to feel a Future. Yeah. I do, you know what, Reggie, I do think, welcome again, my Gemini King, with your comments, say more. I do wish that Ciara had a bigger music career because she is super talented, but you know what? She found a nice lane with this mommy money, what is it? Performing at the Nickelodeon kids shows, keeping her name out there. I could see if something happened with Russell Wilson. I don't think anything will, but even if she got bored, I can see her having a comeback album because she's kept her name and face enough that if she comes out with some good stuff, I agree. Super talented, super beautiful. If she has kind of like a coming of age, a second coming, right? A act 2, I would be there for it, Reggie. I really, really would, right? Yeah, I think he's a narcissist. I think, and don't forget when he was killed, what was it with NBA? When he was chilling with Young Thug. I really honestly think that he prefers women. Y'all, if you are in my chat, listening, watching, do me a favor, hit the like button. You know the deal. I'm going to post this. Yo, remember Khloe Kardashian got in trouble for her bikini pics, right? She's at it again. Look at this. She posted this about Good America and she sent it to Evelyn Lozada. This is Evelyn Lozada, real body. She's been eating those mofongo, the plantains, the beans. She's been hitting all that in the pandemic. She still looks gorgeous, right? But she looks like, yeah, you've been getting it in during the pandemic. And then here we have Khloe with Photoshop. Yo, I actually feel sorry for Khloe in the fact that she feels the need to Photoshop her body that much because there's nothing wrong with her body. It's just not this fake image that she gives, right? But the fact that she's suing people and the fact that she feeds into it and she shames other people, like when she tried to call my good Judy, my good Judy, not that, but my good girl Jordan Woods fat, that makes me think like, whatever, you deserve what you get, right? Yeah, Ciara, beep, beep, toot, toot. Ciara has gotten great at, right? Future is a Scorpio and he is an unevolved Scorpio to his heart. Just like he's not going to let shit go with Ciara or Lori Harvey. I would actually be scared if they had little girls. Well, Ciara does. But I wouldn't, that Scorpio shit and that unevolved, when their little girls are 14, 15, 16, I wouldn't be surprised if Future tries to talk to them there. Scorpios, when they are hurt, unevolved, do not let shit go, you know? What? RK Collection, listen, you don't remember. Yeah, but she was bullied, but she became the pulley. So remember when that episode of Khloe got mad that Tristan kissed Jordan and they had it on the Keeping Kardashian? She was acting like she was drunk and she was like, Jordan, that fat pig, you didn't think. She kept calling her fat, fat, fat. And you know what it was? In their minds, Jordan was never that girl. They always looked at Jordan as like Kylie's little plain Jane, ugly friend with like the perm. And like, you know, when you're 14, you don't know how to do your hair. So you had that little Proud Family puff at the top, you know, not even curled and stuff. She just always looked at the Jordan was down here. And she was so annoyed and angry that Tristan would dare. Dude, let's get thermostat, his close up. Cha-ching. But she was just so annoyed that he would even dare stoop down that low. Leaving them was the best thing Jordan ever did on a come up, right? Yeah, no, Google the episode that they had about Khloe finding out about Jordan and Tristan. Watch the episode. She did it over speakerphone, and then she did it when she was in the house and everybody was around drinking. So she definitely did it, right? She definitely did it. No, she definitely did it, y'all. I'm going to actually pull up the clip since y'all don't believe me. Oh, while I'm pulling up the clip, you know Chrissy Teigan, John Legend's wife, right? She got dropped for her business relationship with Macy's and Bloomingdale's due to the cyberbullying. Now, there's Courtney Stodham, right? Courtney Stodham, she is that girl that when she was 16 married that old man and all this shit. And, you know, every time I see a kid marrying a grown man, I'm like, there's abuse there. There's mental abuse. I don't care what you say. I know people are like, oh, she's grown. I don't believe that any woman is actually really grown until you're 25. Once somebody's 25, I'm like, okay, you've experienced life a little bit. But I think anyone, man or woman, when you're 18, you're not grown. You think you're grown. You act grown, but you're not grown. You don't realize how this world can eat you up and spit you out, right? Yeah, Jordan stepped into her own. And that's what made me realize Jordan, I'm talking to Sweet Cutie, Jordan really dulled herself down to let Kylie side. Because when she stepped out of Kylie's shadow, baby, woo, Jordan arrived, right? Well, was Jordan dead wrong? She was like a little sister, but she didn't kiss. Tristan kissed her. I've been in the situation where somebody will sneak a kiss. I know what it is when you're sitting there talking, chilling, and somebody sneaks a kiss. Now, where she was dead wrong was not immediately telling them that Tristan kissed her. However, by the way Khloe reacted, I can see why she didn't say anything, because she knew they was going to throw her under the bus and Kristen would still be there. So I see why she was scared to say something. And if she could have just acted like it didn't happen, she just wouldn't have come around Tristan anymore. That's what she says. Who knows what have happened? But that's what she says. And I choose to believe Jordan. Why? Because I choose to believe Jordan, okay? Did you see John and Chrissy in the airport? What were they doing? How do they look in real life? I'm always wondering, because in pictures, Chrissy Teigan always looks like, I don't know, but how do they look in real life? While you're telling us, I want you guys to know that she was cyberbullying this little girl. This girl was 16, and Chrissy Teigan was in her DMs telling her to get rid of herself and all these crazy things and telling her to hurt herself, it was just really, Chrissy Teigan, sometimes when I hear about her, I'm like, this is getting weirder and weirder and weirder. Do you know what I'm saying? It just keeps getting weird vibes, but right? What's RJ saying? Tell us what you, yeah, Chrissy is a, Jada did come in because that's the one thing, Kris Jenner is powerful, but Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith are more, and they really stepped in front Sentinel style, like you shall not pass. They formed a protection around her like that Power Ranger. So I admire that. Yeah, Reggie, you're right. Chrissy is a cyber bully. But Macy's and Bloomingdale's, apparently she had cookware and all this stuff. They dropped her, but y'all, I don't believe that. You know what I think what happened? I think that her shit wasn't selling and they wanted to get out of the contract and they dropped her as soon as they got an excuse. It was an excuse to get out of the contract early. Because honestly, I don't know anybody that's checking for Chrissy Teigan stuff. Shout out to her. I would wish I would have something on my name in the stores in 10 years, maybe teacups, right? But yeah, I don't think it was selling. And I think they were just looking for an excuse because you know those stores don't care, right? You would have called Khloe before I went to the party and it was Valentine's Day. Why wasn't you with Khloe? Listen, welcome, first of all, Jeremy Scott. You want to know why he wasn't with Khloe on Valentine's Day? The same way he was barely with Khloe when she was having that baby. Khloe and Tristan, they have an agreement that Tristan can do whatever he wants. And she thinks that will make him stay with her. But instead, Tristan does whatever he wants and he's still not with her. Yo, Jordan wasn't the only person there. They got invited to an after party. Don't forget the story was, and everybody corroborated it, Jordan was at a club with her friends on Valentine's Day. She said that they went to an after party. The after party happened to be at Tristan's house. There was a gang of people from the club there. So when you're wondering why she didn't call and say she didn't go to a private screening, it's like, again, if my friend's boyfriend is throwing a party and we know that he's for the streets and I'm coming with friends and there's a whole gang of people there, would I text my friend? Probably. But if I didn't, because I was tipsy or drunk or didn't have the time to do it, my friend wouldn't think anything, right? Again, this is West Coast culture too. West Coast culture, there's always house parties. It's not like on the East Coast where the clubs stay open till 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 in the afternoon. In the West Coast, all the clubs shut down at 2 o'clock, but they do last call at like 1:30. So everybody's in the street at 2. So it's very, very common for the party to roll into somebody else's house. And usually it's somebody with a lot of money, you see? So it's not odd that she was at his house after hours, right? Yeah, I didn't like Chrissy Teigan when she was bullying that one little girl that wanted her name pronounced correctly. And she's like, is it too, am I bad for calling this girl a see you next Tuesday? And I was like, yeah, Chrissy, she just seemed like she had a very mean-spirited heart, right? So Reggie said they look exactly like they do in pictures. They were beautiful. People say her head is big, but it looked fine. Oh, so okay, Reggie. So that's just the way her face photographs. Okay, so fine. She's beautiful. Let's see what else is going on. Yes, Moni Love says she can't wait to get some Chrissy Teigen cookware on tier. I know that's right. Let me go hit up the Marshalls and TJ Maxx so I can do a haul and get the Chrissy Teigen special. Her stuff was selling out though. I think those companies, no, that's the thing, RK Collection. See, this is the thing. My friend actually works for marketing. When things sell out, if it's not restocked, that means that they're not ordering more, right? It's just like when Fenty Beauty sold out, right? Why did they sell out when they first came out? Because no one thought there was going to be such a rush on it. So they thought they had at least 2 or 3 more months to get more product out. But then you saw they rushed that product out as quick as possible. Chrissy Teigen, usually when you see something sell out and then that's it, that means that they just did a limited run. And once the stock is gone, it's sold so lowly that they're not going to re-up and get another order. So that's what's going on when you're saying it's sold out. That's not a good thing. It's like when Kim Kardashian stuff sells out. It's because you didn't do reorders. You know what I'm saying? Because you weren't confident that it was going to sell out. Jeremy Scott said, couldn't be me. I agree. Listen, I would have texted my friend, but I've also been around dirtbag guys that have tried to make moves on me. And here's the thing, I don't give off Porsha Williams vibes, but I've been around dirtbag guys that if we were in group situations, and when I say group, I mean like at the club or whatever, or we're all at somebody else's house at the after party, right? And they've tried to make moves on me. It was 2 or 3 times. They've tried to make moves on me. I've told my friend immediately, but I know that sometimes dirt bags, because they don't have any respect and it's part of the conquest to do it, I know that they'll do it. I'll know that they'll do it. Yes, Reggie, speak it. Hit that like button. Yeah, I agree. I think they have an arrangement. And I think at this point, Khloe is begging him to stop embarrassing her, but he won't. That's the one thing about open relationships and things. People don't realize cheating is not about seeing somebody that you're so in lust with, you have to have it. Cheating is a power and control game. The fact that I can humiliate you, the fact that I can do anything I want and you're going to take it. And what's more, you're going to have to smile and act like everything's okay. That's why he keeps doing it. All she said is, do what you want. Just don't embarrass me. And guess what's the first thing he did? Embarrassed the hell out of her, because that's the game. That's what he's there for. Right. Yeah. And you know what? Tristan's new girl that came out and said, Tristan has a type. And they all, even you look at Tristan's baby mom, you look at that girl that came out and said that Tristan was just talking to her during True's birthday. You look at Jordan, all the girls Tristan's likes looks alike. You know, Tristan, he stays consistent. He has a type. Jordan said she was sitting with her leg on Tristan. She even said that what she did. Listen, RK Collection, I'm not defending Jordan Woods. Okay, I am. What she did was wrong. She put herself in a bad situation. She should have never done it. However, what the Kardashians did, trying to ruin her career, trying to ruin her family. She came home the next day. She kicked out. People were sending her death threats and saying you should blank yourself like your dad. Come on. That wasn't, no, especially considering that the other girl that's Kim's bestie was dating Tristan, and Khloe stole him from her. They've all had a go on Tristan. They all mess with Tristan, you know? So stop it. Speaking of which, Travis Barker, well, anyway, we'll get to that, right? Yeah, to be honest, to be good friends with the trifle, you have to be a little thing. Yeah. like targeted every hue beauty. Exactly. Beep, beep, toot, toot. I remember when every hue beauty got marked down to 99 cents. And I still was like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. But I try to keep shit off my face because I don't know what it is about my complexion. I think I need to go to a professional makeup artist. Most foundations and shit I put on my face, they clash with my underlying skin tone. So I always look like I'm getting ready for a casket, you know? Yeah, my friend's boyfriend tried to make a move. Sweet cutie, it happens while she was asleep in the other room. That's the one thing I know about dirtbag men. It doesn't matter how you act as a friend. Dirtbag men don't say, oh my God, sweet cutie would never. No, that's why that makes them dirtbags, because it's that thrill of seeing it that can do it. It's that thrill of trying it. It's that thrill of you running to tell your friend. And it's that thrill of them thinking on whether they can calm the friend down and keep thinking. I'm telling you, it's a weird thrill. I don't know, 007. Welcome to the chat. I think it's an open when I say open, I think it's one-sided. I think she's like that Megan James, let him cheat in peace, right? But he doesn't want to cheat in peace. It's no fun cheating if you come home and you're not crying into the pillow. You feel me? It's no fun. Yeah, he definitely has a type. Let's see what else. Wait. Tristan's out there paying $25K. What does Slim Ginger needs to do a TED Talk on what she's doing to get $25K? Yo, forget about Tristan. Slim Danger, get on YouTube. You need to start having how-to tutorials. You're getting $25K. Hey, what's up, Suji Chick? I agree. I don't think Jordan is worth that vitriol. RK Collection, they can't. Listen, Kim, Laura, and Chloe were antagonizing the fans to go after Jordan. Listen, RK, I love you, but if you can't see that they literally wanted to destroy Jordan, I don't know what to tell you. You can't control what your fans do, but when you're egging them on, yeah, you can, right? It was 99 cents. That's right, Jeremy Scott. Yeah, Chloe, I feel sorry for Chloe, though, in that weird way of like, I don't know. Well, we'll have a whole thing on Chloe and a different thing, because she's an interesting case of like what that family did to her. But the thing is, sometimes when you feel sorry for people, that's good, but you need to realize that everybody becomes a villain for different things. Let's see. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Takimse? What's going on? Good vibes indeed. What's going on, Takimse? Well, Chloe isn't the swan. Yeah, exactly. Liberian nurse. That's what I was trying to say. I'm not repeating that, Star Child. That's too much for me. I didn't say that. I just said they get on my nerves. But yeah, she isn't the swan. Liberia Rose. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. They let Larsa leech behind, go in peace, and they chewed Jordan up. Exactly. But you know what? Larsa knows where the bodies are hidden. That's why. She didn't know. Larsa knows where the bodies were hidden. They were literally like, all right, you got that one. But that's the thing. The Kardashians, they get you back. You know, they get you back, you know. Yo, I saw the stuff about Joe Budden. Let's talk about Joe Budden. Yo, first I want to say, I talked about this in my trending topics. If you guys have not watched that video, make sure you watch it at work while you're driving. Come on, let the sound of my voice soothe you to a new realm of messiness. So Joe Budden, right? Remember when Megan Thee Stallion wanted out of her contract, right? And Rory, Mal, and Joe were sitting there being like, how you got a thing? You should have read the contract. You should have did this. You should have did that, blah, 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 and calling her all sorts of stupid, everything but a child of God. It's funny how Mal and Rory didn't read one contract. They were in there getting paid on Joe's word. Rory was like, I rock with you forever, man, right? And Mal being like, it's cool, it's cool. They literally got taken advantage of by Joe Budden. And after all the shit they talked about, and it's sad that Joe Budden actually became what he talked shit about. Joe Budden is so self-destructive. He's so self-destructive. He really, he is just so self-destructive. I think that's become his new drug, actually self-destructing and seeing if he can build up from a phoenix. I've never seen somebody more scared of success than Joe Budden's, right? Yeah. Wow, Moni Loves, did she really? Oh my God. Yo, I did not know that. Let's see. But why did Larsa and them fall out? Oh, they fell out. Larsa went on Sting and said why they fell out. Kanye told her that he didn't want Larsa around anymore. So Kim cut her off. That's exactly why they fell off. And then Larsa went on the podcast and told all their business. Not all of it at all, but she said that like Kanye used to call her late at night and stay on the phone for hours. And she always tried, which I was like, really? She always tried to broker peace between her and Kanye. And then Kanye got mad when Larsa stopped taking his calls. Kanye got mad and told Kim he didn't want Larsa around anymore. And she cut her out. That's why. Yeah, no, that's why Larsa actually said that RK collection on a podcast. Google it about why they fell out. Yeah, life comes at you fast. Yes. Hey, Alexis Wiggins, what's going on? He shouldn't have any podcasts. He is a narcissist, but I also think he's incredibly, incredibly self-destructive. For all the new people come in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this live. I'm going to put it posted afterwards so you guys can actually see the chat and stuff, but it's going to be a really good time. Y'all. So anyway, let's move on to the main event. Y'all know Demi Lovato, right? Demi Lovato has come out and saying that she changed her pronouns to they, there. What's good for her, right? Because we all have the freedom to be what we want and who we want. Good for Demi Lovato. But Demi Lovato is starting to get on my damn nerves. She announced it. Like, remember when she did that thing because she went into a frozen yogurt shop and she saw sugar-free cookies and then tried to shame the yogurt shop about having sugar-free cookies. And when she said that, I'm like, diabetics eat sugar-free cookies. A lot of people. And sugar-free are not diet. Sugar-free are just as many calories as regular cookies, only they don't have conventional table sugar in. She keeps coming out with all this shit about who she is and just being fucking annoying. Like, Demi Lovato, go away. Nobody cares what your pronouns are. Can you go make some music? Can you come out with an album? It's just like, ugh. You know, the pandemic has just gotten some people so bored, right? Exactly. It's Latasha. It's something new every year. It's something new every month. Again, this is no shade to her pronouns. I am very, yes, LBGQ. I'm an advocate. Do you, whatever you want to be. And honestly, I keep saying her, they keep coming. Let me be respectful of her pronouns, but they keep coming out every single month with something new. Like, can you go away and go take of your business, right? She's just insufferable. She gets on the things. I'm happy for her with that, but I feel like she's acting like an attention seeker. Maybe it's the aftermath of oh yeah, I didn't think about that. She did go through stuff with, you know what? That's actually a good point, because I don't ever remember her being this dizzy all over the place, right? It's not with the thing of I don't remember them being this dizzy all over the place, right? But you're right. Maybe there is, because she is always just going crazy and going hard. Maybe it is like the aftermath, like mentally she's trying to reach her egg. That might be it, actually. Good point, RK, right? Yeah. Yo, what? I don't even have 50 likes. Well, I guess y'all are sitting in the background hating. Like, you're sitting there. You guys, it costs nothing to like, but I like the way people on my channel will sit there like, I don't know if I'm going to entertain me. You know what? Go ahead and run amok in the palace, you know? Yeah. She did have a stroke and she had long-term brain damage too. So you know what, RK? I actually didn't think about that. Usually when you have any type of long-term brain damage or any type of damage to the brain, it does mess with your personality. It does mess with your, it messes with you. It messes with you a lot, you know? So, you know, kudos. So yeah, I guess she's healing. So let me just, I guess they're healing. Let me just, take that back then. We'll just move on, right? She does need a sabbatical, right? She literally went blind too. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. So you know what? I'm not going to delete it because this live is just getting posted, but apologies to Demi. Okay. Yes, because there's 35 people that's just like, I'm not liking this shit. It's cool. No, that is a really good point, RK. That is a really good point. You lost me on the Kardashians, but you redeemed yourself on the Demi. You know, go ahead and stand your ground. Yo, let's get to the main event. Russel Simmons is suing his ex-wife, Kimora Lee Simmons, right? So this is Kimora Lee Simmons' this is Kimora Lee Simmons. What do you call it? Her Instagram, right? And this is her husband. Her husband was actually indicted for fraud. Her husband was indicted for fraud, and she used stock money from Russell and hers business. They're all in business together, all three of them, right? She sold stocks to pay for her husband's bail for the wire fraud. This is super, super interesting because Russell doesn't even live in the US, because I think that he fled to the Bahamas because he didn't want anything to happen with those. He does, but remember he fled to offshore, I think Cayman, so he couldn't be extradited for these rape allegations that came up. He was a part of the hip hop Me Too, but he fled the country. How are you suing? I guess I'll have lawyers make an appearance, right? But don't forget when that came out, Kimora Lee Simmons came out swinging hard, defending him, even though there were 15 women that came out and said all the crazy shit she did. Kimora Lee Simmons also came out and defended the Kardashians against Jordyn Woods and said, you got to just let them know and all this other stuff. Kimora Lee Simmons sometimes gives me that mixed girl energy where nothing wrong with being mixed, of course. But you know that energy where sometimes people that are not completely Black is raised around Black people and they are bullied in school, but they don't realize they're bullied because everybody's bullied in school, not because of what made them different. You know, it's kind of like a comedic. They might have talked about your eyes or your hair, but even if you would just look like the girl next door, they would have found a way to bully you, you know? So she has a lot of anger toward hood Black women. Do you know what I'm saying? She has a lot of anger toward hood Black women that comes out. She says some stuff sometimes and I'm just like, this is irking my soul. But right, she does have a lot of money still tied up with Russell, but Russell's suing her. She couldn't have had that much money because they sold stock. Russell's suing her because I think it's bank and wire fraud that he's actually been arrested for. Russell is definitely suing her. Let me actually pull up the article. I wrote a little snippet on this, right? Let's see. Let me pull up this article for y'all. That's a funny thing. She defended you on your rape allegations and you're suing her for stealing stocks to pay. Oh my God. Her husband, Lester the Bell, was $44 million. Now I see why he sued her. $44 million? Yo. Okay. Wow. She sold 4 million shares of stocks they allegedly stole from her in 2018. Wait a second. Russell, something's not adding up. She's had these stocks since 2018, and then she just sold them. You know what this is looking like? Do you know what this is looking like? This is looking like a Taurus queen got over on Russel Simmons. Yo, you know what happened? 2018 is around the time that Kimora gave that. Oh, Kimora Lee is diabolical. Let's sort this out, y'all, right? 2018 is when Russell Simmons was in the heat of all those things for the potential rape allegations. There were all these things that people were going to go after his assets, because you know when people sue you for that type of stuff, it might not be a criminal matter, but if they can prove it, which has a lower burden of proof, they can get that money through the civil courts. He's looking at a lot of civil lawsuits. He's settled a lot. But when they look at how much to settle and for civil lawsuits, I know it never got to court, but follow me on this. In 2018, it looked like it was going to go to court. They want all your assets. So once they see what all your assets are, they want to get you so that it hurts. So if you only have $200 in assets, they might say, you know what? You need to pay $20, right, to this person. If you have $2 million and $2 million, they might say you might need to pay $200,000. Do you see what I'm saying? What a lot of people do when they're facing lawsuits, at least rich people, they transfer it to people they trust for safekeeping. And once everything dies down and the statute of limitations, which is in most states, I think in New York at least 7 years, in most states it's 7 to 8 years, right? Once the statute of limitations has run out and nobody then can sue you civilly for anything, then they transfer the assets over. They usually put in their kid's name, a wife's name, a trusted relative's name, right? And with the statute of limitations, the statute of limitations is really for criminal offenses, because usually what happens is people have to sue you for criminal offenses for free. The district attorney proves the charges, and once the charges are proven, then you go to civil court and you're like, listen, I already got a judgment saying that he did now all I need is my judgment, right? So I'm about to it was bank fraud and something else. I'm about to get into the fraud. He said that they've had those stocks since 2018, and she sold the 4 million shares. That's why Kimora Lee Simmons wrote that thing saying, no, Russell's a good man and all this other stuff, because Russell thought he could trust her, and he transferred 4 million in stocks, right, to Kimora Lee Simmons to hold until the statute of limitations. But when her man Lester got indicted, that's when she sold those $4 million in stocks to pay for the $44 million bail. Because with bail, you only need 10% of bail to secure bail. Yeah, exactly. No, they didn't pay $45 million. They only paid the $4 million, but you only need 10% of bail to secure bail, right? The disgraced 60-year-old accused the couple of making fraudulent transfer of 50% shares in the energy drink company Celsius. I've never heard of Celsius. Wait, I have seen. That's their company. I've seen Celsius. Lesnar avoided jail time by pleading guilty to criminal conspiracy to commit money laundering for stealing billions from a Malaysian wealth fund. One MDB. Oh, I know what happened. So do you guys remember there's a Malaysian prime minister that was actually ousted, I think, a year or two ago, and he was ousted in disgrace because he was sending money and investing it into his private funds, and it was actually government money. He stole like upwards of $1 billion. He's actually still on trial for it, but it looks like he's going to get away with it. But I need to tell you that he was one of the people that the Malaysian government went after him under international treaty, that he took some of the money, right? He took some of the money to invest, and he took billions from the Malaysian wealth fund. And once he took that money went off to Swiss bank accounts. So when they tried to get the country's money back, the money was gone. So Kimora and him are sitting on money. But the thing is, because that money, he got his payout for the money laundering. But the thing is with shit like that, you can't ever bring that money back until the block cools down. That's the funny thing about rich people. A lot of shit they do is literally like an episode from The Wire. They need for the block to cool down before they can touch that money. So that's why they stole the stocks. And Russell Wilson is mad. There's no honor among thieves. There is no honor among thieves, right? However, Kimora's people expressed shock over the lawsuit, even referring to it as an extortion attempt by Russell, because Russell knows that they're sitting on billions, right? Kimora and her children are shocked by the extortion harassment coming from her ex-husband, Russel Simmons, who has decided to sue her for shares and dividends of Celsius stock in which Kimora and Tim Lesnar invested millions of dollars. This is an ill-advised attempt by Russell to use the legal system to access funds he's no way entitled to, and to which his own legal team confirmed Russell did not pay for. Yeah, Russell trusted the wrong person. There's no honor among thieves. What are y'all saying, right? Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, it was used for bail money. Yeah. B's like, I love the legal background. Oh, did they? Kimora said that the white kids called her on the Tyra Banks show. They're good friends, though. Kimora could write a book. She needs to get on YouTube along with the girl that Tristan Thomas paid $25K and give a tutorial, right? Who would read it, right? Jeremy Scott said, I would read it. That's right, sweet cutie. Suji Chick was like, I'll read it too. These are serious rich problems. But you know what? Somebody said something that I actually agree. Whenever you see crazy stuff goes down, the first thing I think is they either have too much money or not enough, because hood antics and rich people antics are one and the same. Somebody like Porsha shit is rich people's accent. When you see stuff like that happen, you're just like, you either have too much money or not enough. When you see the kids walling out, when you see somebody having 7 baby daddies sharing, you either have not enough money or you have too much money. Because there's something about not having enough money that you're just like, I'll do what I want, and having too much money. Middle-class people are the ones that have to live in pros, because middle-class people are the ones that keep society running in order. Think about it, right? The rules, the regulations, that's what the laws are for, to keep middle-class people in order. But when you're super poor or super rich, you do what you want, right? You do what you want. So when you say those rich people problems, they're either rich or super hood. Think about it. Think about it. Kim Kardashian's sex tape, either super hood or super rich. The only thing is when you do shit like that in the hood, society comes down on you and punishes you, and that's it. Because you were already disposable and they want you to get you out of here. When you're rich, you can do PR, you can do spin, and then you can use that to play the media game and capitalize up. That's the only difference. Rich people have to pay for their decisions. Rich people don't have to pay for the decisions. Poor people do. You look at all these Black people, white, Asian, whatever the race, that are poor, that did the PPA, the fraud, that does not, they're the ones that's going to go to jail and have to pay it back. Rich people are going to find a way to get out of it, you know? There you go. Yes. Yo, what's up, Ace? Welcome to the chat. Ace said, if Kimora was on Housewives of Beverly Hills, her and Erica would be bonding right now. They would be bonding. But you know what the funny thing is? Just like Kimora, they would be bonding. Because I do believe that Erica is hiding assets for her husband overseas, so Swiss bank accounts, all this stuff, just like Kimora is hiding assets, you know? And the fact that she said that Russell is trying to extort her, she's letting Russell know, baby, that money is gone. You transferred it to me. It's mine. Oh, well, that's the thing people don't realize when they be trusting people, right? Once you transfer money, stop. It's gone. It's gone. Legally, you gave it to them. And to get it back, you would have to admit that you did something illegal, right? So to get it back, he'd have to go in a court of law and be like, listen, I know, but I was transferring it to her for safekeeping so I could avoid paying the court. Here's the text messages. The court does have something called fruits of a spoiled tree and also the clean hands doctrine, right? If you sue me for something and I can show that you knowingly engaged in criminal activity, then you can't sue me for it. So let's just say you swindle somebody and then I swindled you. You can't sue me for that money because it was knowingly your hands weren't clean. You must have clean hands to come to a court of law to actually get some type of retribution. So that's why Kimora's laughing in his face like, you can cry all you want. The only thing you can prove is that you did an illegal underhanded deal to avoid paying the court. And let me tell you something. You might get the money back from me, or the money might be repossessed by the court, but you're going to be in trouble for what you did, you know? Yeah, exactly. What's up, Lavelle? How you doing, babe? Yes, I want to see the T2 arcade collection, right? Lavelle said, good evening. I've changed my social media name. Oh, wait. Officially Ashes to Lavelle Divine. I like that. All right. Let me see. Did you change your handle? I'll follow you on Twitter. Yeah, so like Lily Baby said, I remember, I like Lavelle Divine. It has a nice ring to it, you know? Miss Lavelle Divine coming in. I remember hearing about Tom divorcing Erica to keep her asses separate a few years ago because the lending company was coming for their money. Yeah, exactly. Anisha, welcome to the chat. You just can't sue your drug dealer, you know? We call that, is that what it's called? The 419 amongst Nigerians? So I guess every culture has a term, like the 419. I'm gonna start using that. People are gonna be like, huh? Y'all, also, if you are new to the chat, do me a favor, push me up in the algorithm, like the chat, share the chat, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you enjoy this chat, my manic energy is all over my channel. I did post reviews for the shawls. None of y'all watched that. Well, that's not true. It was a moderate watching. I reviewed, what else? There's some other show I reviewed. I reviewed Married to Medicine. I wonder if the reunion is going to be good. I reviewed Married to Medicine, you know. It was good. You guys are watching that. That's good. But I also have these trending topics all the time. Let's see. Though this is their brand Celsius. I have seen this. It's all up and down the stores in New York. So I have seen it. So I take that back. What else is going on? Simon. Sick of talking about him. He's dumb. Did y'all see what Wendy Williams is suffering from? This is Wendy Williams' feet. She actually suffers from lymphedema. It's a chronic disorder that's characterized by abnormal accumulation of lymph fluid in the tissue of an extremity or other body parts. Oh, poor Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams is perfectly horrible. But for some reason, I do feel bad whenever I see somebody suffering. It's like, I was fine to clown you when I thought you were perfectly healthy and being perfectly horrible. But now that I see you're really going through something, it really does kind of break my heart. You know, I wish her well. I hope that she actually gets, like, it's incurable, but I really do hope that I do hope that she gets better. That's horrible. I know a lot of older people suffer from that. Thank goodness she has the money to actually treat it, because that type of stuff can actually literally cause you to lose a fit. Sorry to bring the energy down, but yeah, Oh, lymphedema. Thank you, lymphedema. Thank you. Wendy versus Giselle. Oh, what's up, Ace? Let's see this, right? Oh, no, let's talk about Joe Budden and Olivia Dope, right? But first, let's see Wendy versus Giselle. Hold on. Oh, that's because Wendy Williams is actually really good friends with Karen Huger. She even called Andy to get her number. They said it and watch High Private Live so they could hang out. So that's why Wendy's going hard at Giselle, right? Oh, you're talking about Wendy Osefo, right? Are you talking about the way she unfollowed her on Instagram? I don't know what's going on with that. I think that might be manufactured drama because Wendy Osefo strikes me as too smart to go against Giselle, especially considering you can say what you want. Karen doesn't like Wendy. Karen's self-made, definitely, and she does a lot, gorgeous, really doing it. But Karen does feel some type of way that she never got an education. And I think it's because Ray probably made her feel some type of way that she's just beauty, she's not brains. And it leads me to believe that Wendy taps into an insecurity she has. And I feel like if Wendy went against Giselle, Wendy would be off that show because Karen would move to have her off, Yeah, I think it is for a storyline, right? Yeah, she looked like she had elephant legs. Yeah, it's hard to deal with. I wish her luck, but yeah. You don't like Wendy or Giselle? Yo, I stand a Virgo queen. Because here's the thing about Giselle. Giselle is messy. Giselle is stupid. Giselle is dumb, but Giselle is not passive aggressive. She puts that shit in your face and she said she don't like you. What you gonna do? Giselle keeps it moving and I admire that. And I'll say one thing about Giselle, love her or hate her, she's never been wrong about somebody. When she talks shit about somebody and tells you what's wrong with them, she's never been wrong. She's never been wrong. Okay, so Siju, let's talk. A said, yeah, listen, I do think Karen Huger is a colorist. Karen Huger was the president of the Jack and Jill Society in that DC Potomac area. Jack and Jill just started letting people in that were darker than this notebook, right? Jack and Jill, they have some shit with them. I do think Karen's a colorist. I do think that it's odd that everybody in Karen's family is light-skinned. Listen, being Black in America, I think it's almost impossible for your generations to be light-skinned. Nobody fell in love with anybody that was darker than a paper bag. And I know that Jack and Jill is known, I don't know if they are now, but they have a long history of, you got to pass the paper bag test. And also the shit when Karen said, I do think Karen's colorist. Oddly, and I know that Karen has a beautiful brown-skinned daughter. I know that her husband is brown-skinned. However, we know as Black people, and if you're not Black, please don't take anything I say with a grain of salt. I do not speak for all Black people. I'm just saying my opinion, but to the Black people in the stream, right? We know that you can have all that and all things be true and still be colorist. We know, quiet as kept, Wendy can be colorist if she wants. Do you know what I'm saying? It's two different strains. Racism is an external hierarchy. Colorism is an internal hierarchy that we actually establish, So yeah. Yo, let's talk about the Real Housewives. Well, here's the thing. Wendy owes $10 million in loans, but she went to school. Wendy upgraded her house to be on the show. I think it's perfectly normal in America to have student loans and to own a mortgage. Wendy's not wealthy, but she has status, right? And if you look at the Potanka, shout out to I was going to say Asia Star. Shout out to Funky Geneva. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? We know that they let people on that are not fabulously wealthy anymore. So it's yeah, she has you're Team Karen, Judy? Yo. Yeah, I like Giselle. She stirs the pot. She hasn't been wrong. That's the thing. Come with the bullshit, but you better not be wrong about the bullshit, right? And I enjoy that. That Kimora discernment. I like when people are when they're spot on. I like it. Listen, Cutie, I know Karen's husband's not light. I know, but I have seen dark-skinned men marry women that are lighter complexion or not Black and they're colorist. Like, as all Black people know, colorism is a very nuanced thing. Just like when Evelyn Lozada was on Basketball Wives, and we're about to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta shake up in 1 second. When she was on Basketball Wives and she's like, oh my, listen, it's nuance. And to actually act like it's only about complex, it's not. It's nuance. And I do think that she's colorist, right? Doesn't mean she's a bad person, right? Exactly. Shawnee married Shaq, and her daughter is not light bright. I'm not saying that she's dark, but she's not light bright, and she's still colorist. She's still Colorism is thinking that you deserve a little bit more just because your complexion. Colorist is when you see a dark skin or a brown skin woman and they get upset and you're like, oh, why are you mean? Colorism to me is treating people that are brown skin or dark skin with the same preconceived notions that racist people would treat them, right? The way they called Wendy aggressive, the way they called Candace aggressive, the way she deserved it because of her mouth. It's very, very subtle, but I saw it. You know, I saw it. One tall girl. Jack and Jill is about money before color, but I'm telling you, if you have money and it's about color too. I'm telling you, I know for a fact. Money before color, they'll take a rich brown-skinned person before a broke light-skinned person. But let's not forget that up until a certain year, and I'm talking about in the 1970s, they wouldn't even let dark-skinned people into Jack and Jill. If there was, it would be one person in the chapter. Money was not the sole thing that you needed. Now they're being more inclusive, right? But there's still those old vestiges of people that think like that, you know? Yeah. Exactly. The dynamics of the family, it's the same way that someone can have a person of color as a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, and have mixed children, forget about Black, anything, and they still say racist shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we not act like people, when they say things, they're talking about a whole segment of people, not just the people they love. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that had Latino husbands and wives and mixed Latino and white children voted for Trump. You know, it's like, colorism is not like a hate. It's like racism. I know a lot of racists that have a few Black friends because they don't look at them. They don't look at them as Black. They look at them like, oh, that's my boy Tommy. That's my boy Mary. But then they have all these preconceived notions and get scared when they see Black people walking down the street, you know? Oh, is it an issue in Africa? I didn't know that. Yeah, colorism can blow both ways, definitely. It can go both ways. I agree with you. But for people to act like just because you had children with, or you are friends with, or you love someone that you do not have in the wider scope, preconceived, very ignorant notions, it's laughable to me, you know? Okay. Yes. I don't want to give too much of my background, but I would like to say I am not awful, but I am saying either. I am not saying that anymore. But let's see when Jack and Jill started letting, maybe in the DMV area. You know what, one tall girl, I'll take your word for how Jack and Jill works in the DMV area, but that's it. I'm just giving you claim for the DMV area. The other Jack and Jills are going to have to show their receipts. They're going to have to just show their receipts. But perhaps in the DMV area, like you said, it's not that thing. Karen still gives me colorist tea. All right. Really, Cutie? You want justice for light-skinned Black people? They can't say anything now. Cutie, come on now. Let's see. Okay, Alexis and one tall girl. I'll give you that pass because I can't speak personally about the Jack and Jill in the DMV area, but we're only giving the DMV area that green light. Okay. Yes. They look at them. Listen, again, we'll clear the DMV at Jack and Jill. Everybody, this is not applied to the DMV Jack and Jill. We have two people saying that they are not about that shit and they've never been about that shit. However, when we leave the DMV, it's a whole new thing. Okay, let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta shakeup. Y'all, also, please like, subscribe, comment, hit that like button. My likes should be a lot higher. Where are my likes right now? I don't know. Okay, anyway, listen, right? The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all, if you've ever watched any of, I know this is turning into I told you so, right? Remember when I said that I think Bravo was trying to destroy the show on purpose, because let's look at it from the network aspect, right? Let's look at the network aspect. Real Housewives of Atlanta is the highest earner, but they're also the highest paid because they were smart when they went in there. Carlos King did not do them dirty. They were smart when they went in there, and they had really good contract negotiations. Probably because Housewives were so new, they were like, yeah, whatever, right? So even though Housewives is the top revenue earner, they pay more than any other thing. So the profit margin is much smaller. Believe it or not, percentage-wise, Bravo probably makes more on Below Deck than they ever will make on Housewives, because the Below Deck people are paid peanuts, right? This is where we're walking into season 14, right? There's people in their contract negotiations. Now, when you want to take people that are making a lot and cut their pay, what's the first thing your job says, right? Your job says you were not producing. You didn't have production. You didn't perform like you would. So I don't think you deserve a raise, right? As a matter of fact, let's talk about cutting your pay, right? Because when you have long-term contracts saying, okay, it's guaranteed that we're going to give you 3 seasons, right, from this contract, or 2 seasons, when it's time for the second season, they're like, I think you need to cut the pay. Why? Because you didn't perform, right? Yeah, Drew's coming back, but you know why Drew's coming back? Because Drew will do whatever the producers want her to do. She's thirsty, but what's more, Drew's not getting paid shit. So even if Drew started getting paid, they clown LaToya for being paid $1,000 an episode. Drew's probably getting paid $1,000 an episode. But now it's her second season. They can pay Drew $500,000 an episode. No, $500,000 for a season. They can pay her $1 million for a season, and she's going to be so happy. No, well, Kenya's making $1 million, but they can pay her $200,000 a season, and Drew's going to be so happy. She's doing all the dirty work that Porsha or Kenya or whoever or Candy won't do, bringing all the drama, and she's working for a fraction of the cost, right? I really do think that Drew and LaToya were brought in to be a replacement for Porsha, who was going to try to get her own spinoff. Let's see if it works. Right? Because when they were talking about Portia's civil rights action spinoff that turned into maybe a wedding special, I was like, yeah, Portia's trying to go on her own. Candy's doing that. So Drew was supposed to be the new Porsha, and LaToya was supposed to be the new Kenya. It didn't work out that way because Kenya's not stupid, but I do think that's going on. Yeah, Drew's just happy to be there, and if she gets a raise, what was Drew doing? Step up. 400 million worldwide. What the hell was Drew doing besides pumping her chest for a step up, right? So of course this is going to be like a heyday, and she's going to be happy to have it. Now, we need to also keep in mind a couple of other things, right? So the networks use it as negotiation. The ratings were down. They didn't know what to do. But once the ratings were down, they said, wait a second, let's talk to the Real Housewives about a cash shakeup. But here's the thing that I don't understand. How can you be talking about a cash shakeup when it's a reality show? These are not scripted people. Granted, they have their storylines, but a lot of it is done off the cuff. It's a little scripted, whatever. How are you talking about a cash shakeup when the reason the season sucked is because the producers gave us the wrong storyline? They kept all the interesting stuff off the TV. They played favorites. They did dumb stuff. How are you talking about a cash shakeup but not talking about production? If anything, that's what lets me know Bravo did this on purpose, and they're trying to get. They've done it with all the franchises. They did it with Vicky Galveston. They did it with Tamara. They did it with the OC. They did it with Lisa Vanderpump, and they're probably going to do it with the ladies of the Real Housewives of New York, right? They want to get the OGs off so they can lower the cost and revamp the series for another 20 years. The thing is, Bravo is a way of life for a lot of us. We've been watching it for the last 10 years, but 18 and 19-year-olds are not watching Bravo. And if they are, the changes Bravo has to make to actually make 18 and 19-year-olds watch, Bravo doesn't know how to make. We see that by the way they deal with interracial cast, right? They don't know how to do it. Bravo is stuck in a 2000 mind frame of what wealth is, what womanhood is, what youth is, what opulence is, but also what multiculturalism is. America has changed a lot. I can look at a movie that I saw in 2000 and just be like, yo, this shit is bad. Bravo has not evolved in the times, and they haven't been forced to, but now they're actually having a reckoning, and it doesn't seem like they can keep up with this new social media age. Even the way a lot of shit with Real Housewives of Real Housewives of Anywhere happen on Twitter, and they can't even get the cameras in there quick enough to actually tape. They're stuck in a very 2000 model of what it means to have a reality show, and they really need to be quicker with the shit, but I don't think they have it right now. I don't, right? Yeah. Yeah, so let's get to Drew is a waste of camera time. I agree. Yeah, she did piss me off. Yeah, they're doing it in the wrong way. It feels like they're contradicting all their efforts to support diversity, but that's because that's what you can tell in that business. They don't understand the point of diversity. You can tell and here's the thing, it's not that hard. You could attack Candy, you could attack anyone. They don't want to understand diversity. That's what's going on with Bravo right now, you know? That's what's going on with Bravo right now, right? I'm only watching to support Kenya to be inspired by Candy at this point. Listen, the funny thing is, Kenya, Porsha, they can all shine again. They just need new production. They need new production. And the fact that you're doing a cast shakeup, but you're not shaking up production, it's production. Y'all don't know how to produce. You guys don't know how to get people on screen. Y'all don't know how to do a lot of stuff, right? Yeah, Drew is a lot to take, right? Exactly. They're saying they're filming in June. This shit with Porsha and Simon has all right. Why don't you have cameras in people's faces now, having them talking about people? I realize in their contracts it says they're only going to film, but this will be ratings gold. I would literally be like, we'll give you guys all the balance if you guys let us come in and film, or film yourselves talking. There's so many ways. Maybe they need to renegotiate the Colter, but Bravo can't keep up. It really reminds me of like a 50-year-old trying to hang with 20-year-olds, like, yeah, YOLO, with the sunglasses. And you're just like, what is you doing? Like, what are you really doing? Yeah. Yeah, diversity and inclusion are separate things, but even the way that they don't know how, Bravo has not figured out how to make a diverse. And I was watching Rodney The Voice when he was talking about he doesn't think that there should be diverse cast. I disagree with that. I actually think that, like, no, there should be diversity. It should look more like the rich circles I'm used to knowing in America, right? Because America is diverse, but the fact they don't know how to do it, it's like they can't find rich people in their minds that have organic, but it flows down the back. You ever work for a company and diversity and inclusion sucks, but then you find out the people that are hiring and the people that run it are low key, not down with diversity and inclusion? I really feel with that stuff, it floats from the bottom down. You know, I really honestly do. Yeah. Why was Drew the only? Probably because no other husband would show up, right? And they're trying to make Drew and Ralph a thing. They're trying to make Drew and Ralph and LaToya a thing. I'm telling you, they're trying to move to a younger segment. The only thing is, you want to move to a younger demographic while keeping your old audience. That's not going to work. It would be better to start a new Housewives show with a very young cast. Because don't forget that most of the Housewives, when they started, were in their 30s or at the very least 40s. Now people are pushing 50, 60, and the youngest people are in their 40s. If anything, what Bravo should do is start a new Housewives show with a younger feel. Even call it something different. I know they think there's a lot of branding in the Housewives, but they can make magic again, but they need to get a younger demographic. But you're not going to bring a younger demographic and keep your OGs that have been watching the show for the last 10 years. It just doesn't work that way, you know? I've been waiting, Melanie, to see a Black woman in Real Housewives in New York for a long time too, but it does annoy me. And I'm glad Ebony's there. I want her to stay there. They need more Black women in, but it does annoy me that Ebony was bought in for the Black Lives Matter, and when Bravo was coming under the things for diversity. Because don't forget, Mariah's suing them, Nene's suing them, I think Monique might be suing them, and a few other people are suing them for actually their racist practices and the way they're treating. And the thing is, the suit hasn't been dismissed, so there is some merit to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting to see if Bravo settles out or if it goes to court. But that suit has not been dismissed. So I do believe that there is something untowards going on, right? Yeah, exactly. Just because they have diversity, I agree with you. I agree with all of you guys, right? Yeah, they need some level of honesty. But again, it's like if everybody that runs a network hates women, it's hard for them to do something about women because they don't even realize what they're doing wrong. It's just like the way with Sharon Osbourne. When the racism, for instance, is so ingrained in you, right? That you're not even sure, you don't even understand what you're doing wrong. You're like, how is that racist to say, cotton picket? And you're just like, are you serious? And they're like, no, explain to me how I'm racist. And you're like, girl, I don't even know where to start, you know? Yeah. Yeah, they could film for a couple of weeks, and Bravo has enough money to throw money at them for them to film. But that's the thing. So, or have something in their contracts that say, for now on, you cannot post anything on the off seasons. Or if you do post something, you're going to need our approval. Do you know what I'm saying? Bravo could keep the storyline in check. But again, it's an antiquated model that they keep trying to make it work. They think all the drama off screen makes people want to tune in the fall. And it worked for a while. But now that we realize that when we tune in, we don't see any of the drama off scene. Now we're just like, man, Bravo, go ahead with that. Just like I have my doubts seriously about whether we'll really see what happened with Porsha and Simon actually even included in Real Housewives. You know, I really do. Let's see. I think they will do that just like they did at the reunion. No, well, exactly. I agree with you, Lavelle. You can do a better job, but I do believe also, I know everybody looks at it as tokenism, but I feel like we need to be represented in every room we're in. I see what you're saying, and maybe it was tokenism, but it needed to happen too. We need to be in spaces. Just because you go and invade a space doesn't mean that you're a token. I know that's what Bravo's doing, but we also need, like, representation actually does matter. Look at how much our, as African Americans, how much our stock rose overseas by Obama being president. I don't care what anybody says. Change comes in many different ways, and we need to hit it in all out, but representation actually does matter. So yeah, exactly. Yes, but they don't know how to facilitate. Just Ace, I agree. They don't know how to facilitate a conversation. They do not know how to facilitate a conversation. And that's the problem with Bravo. It's like asking someone that doesn't know how to be politically correct to be politically correct. They don't know what they're doing, right? They should have kept the same. I agree with Ace. They should have kept the same, right? Let's see. What did it say? B said, I'm across the other side of the pond and we definitely have our issue. It's just in Europe, we have more time to practice, so it's subtle. Yeah. See, in Europe, I've heard it is a lot of microaggressions. And it's also different because I do know in Europe, it's class and race. In America, we don't really have the class issue because if you become rich, everybody loves you. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no restaurant that will deny Beyonce access in America. There's no club, but I do know that there are clubs in Europe that if you don't come from the right lineage and you don't know, you're not allowed. They look at you as like, no, you're not allowed here, you know? But I agree with you. It's more subtle. It's more practice, but it's just as insidious. Look at the way they happened when Meghan Markle came into the royal family. They lost their damn minds, even though 80% of the Commonwealth is Black. It shocked me. It shocked me. It just shocks me how much people are like, no, you're really not allowed here. What are you doing here? You know? Yeah. Well, agree. I agree. Representation matters, but it is bad that every time they're like, okay, so Ebony, today you're going to explain. Why don't we sit by the fire? Why don't you talk about how you're fighting for your lives? I agree. That is tokenism. The fact that every scene she has to be giving Black History Month. Let her just be free to be Black. You know, let her be free to be Black, right? Yes, yes, yes. You're trying to see. What's a good question? Let's see. What'd you say? Or is it the new house? Oh, he did ask to keep the house. I bet you she's going to meet. Listen, Simon is a Gemini on a warpath. He is so mad that Phelan is acting unbothered. He is literally trying to destroy you. That's how you know Simon still cares about Phelan, the fact he's messing around. I do believe that Porsha is going to be filming in Phelan's house next season. I really do. Simon is going to, what? Wait, hold on, sorry. Watch my words. You know what I think is going to happen? Simon's going to be filming. Porsha's going to be filming in that new house with Simon. And when Simon gets tired of using Porsha to get under Phelan's skin, he's going to get her a really, really her own nice apartment, but it's going to be rented. And she's going to move into she's going to be like, so Simon's waiting for the deed to close on this house, but we found our forever thing. It's a giant $10 million condo. You know, right now we're renting, but we're going to buy. And Simon's going to move in with me in a couple of months. And then he's just going to leave her ass high and dry. I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to Michael Darby her. Only instead, Ashley got a chance to come back to Michael. But he's going to Michael Darby her, right? Yeah, I'm enjoying. Doesn't help her name is Ebony. I'm enjoying her presence too, definitely. Yeah, that's a weird thing when she's like, I'm not usually hanging out with white women. Ebony, you've worked in the corporate thing. Like, okay, listen, here's the thing. Maybe you don't have white friends. They hang out, but these aren't your friends. These are your coworkers. Stop acting like New York. Well, New York honestly is a little bit segregated, but the way she keeps announcing it, like, ooh, what's that? What y'all eating? Caviar. We don't eat that. We fry that and put that on grits. Like, can you stop? We get it. We get it. We get it. You know, even though quiet as it's kept, when I was living in New York, the Upper West Side people, the Upper East Side and West Side, New York, you're just like, and especially the Upper East Side, you're like, no, thank you. But I get what she's saying, but it's just like heavy-handed, right? No, Porsha and Simon aren't. Girl, of course it's not. I hope Porsha's acting like she secured the bag. This is going to be a disaster. I did a tarot reading on them. Read that if you want, right? Yeah, I need her to be in a pool doing dancing the city girls twerkulator, twerk, twerk, twerk. Also, I did a breakdown of the pool scene and all the things. Yo, they've been messing around for a while. And I think that when Porsha actually came over to that house, they were already messing around when Porsha came over to that house. You cannot tell me any different. Yeah. No, but this time I think Simon, because he's a Gemini, he'll be smart about it. He'll be like, babe, this house has a lot of memories and I want something new for you. Let's get this house. I'll rent it down and then we'll buy it when I move in, and he'll move Porsha out for a home they're going to move in together. And then he's just never going to move in. That's how he's going to get Porsha out that house. Yeah, exactly. I thought, well, NeNe's being funny, right? Yeah, she worked at Fox News. Exactly, Natasha. Ebony knows what it is, you know? NeNe is fun. It's a shame she got so dark-hearted. I heard that there was a substance abuse problem, but it's a shame that NeNe didn't get, you know. Yes, those crafty Gemini shenanigans. Yo, you know it, the crafty Gemini. Yeah. Yeah, Lil Baby, I don't know if we're going to actually see it be played out, though. I don't, because now that Phelan didn't get a peach and she couldn't even come to the reunion, I think Porsha had something to do with that. She didn't want her there, and I think Porsha is standing in the way of Fallon getting a peach. So, and even being on the show, because if I was Porsha, I wouldn't let her on the show either. And truth be told, Fallon has a gag order, so she can't talk about the divorce. But I thought about it. That's not stopping her from arguing with Porsha. She can argue with Porsha over some dumb shit. She doesn't ever have to mention her divorce, you know? He looked like he was going to hug her. And then she fist bumped him. Exactly. Even when she first walked into the door, she went to open the front door like she'd been there before, but instead knocked on the door. And even when there was a scene where Phelan was like, honey, can you turn on the jacuzzi? Right. And Porsha was like, if I got to tell you what to do, I don't want it. Making all these snide comments. Right. And then when Tanya knew that Simon was going to be there, she found out her husband was going to be. And Tanya was like, oh my God, but my cheeks are out. I don't want to be going there with my cheeks out like this and that. And she was like, girl, like, no, it's a party. It's a party. Don't worry about it. You wanted to disrespect that girl's house and husband. And I wonder who was in that room with Bolo. But I doubt. Tanya has her own money and she loves Paul. Maybe for some Bolo portion cut, but I can't see her and Porsha talking her in to rocking with Simon. I can't see. I can see Porsha using Tanya as bait. Like, yo, you like her? My girlfriend's down for it too. And then never coming through because she's wowing Simon with all the freaky things she can do. But I don't see Tanya ever being in the room with her, Porsha, and Simon. I just don't see it. Phelan is beautiful. And if you look at Phelan and you look at that other girl that Simon's with, right? Simon has a type. He likes thin-built girls. He likes thinly built girls. Porsha has a beautiful body, but from what Simon goes for, he seems to have a preference. What makes me think even more that he's just playing in Porsha's face. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah, I agree. Maybe Tanya was. Yeah, Tanya was definitely in there without a doubt. And you know, the thing is, when Tanya was like, all I know is this girl right here, she was in the room with me. When Tanya said that, everybody was like, Tanya, why'd you put that in a thing? I think that Tanya knew that Porsha was dating Simon. And I think the reason why Porsha didn't want the Bolo stuff to come out is, yes, she's supposed to be social justice snatched. But I also really think it's because Simon Simon came with Phelan to watch Porsha to see how she moved. I wouldn't be surprised if they even had a quickie here and there. Porsha's so low down. I know it sounds messed up to say, but that's what happens when you do low down stuff and steal people's mans. After that, nobody puts anything by you. Nobody puts anything by you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. She played herself with that scene, but not really, because she thought she was protecting her friend. I don't think that she realized, because Porsha's so crafty, just sitting there being quiet, I don't think she realized that Porsha set her up to take the fall. Because you realize after that, they rolled out. Tanya even stopped messing with Porsha because she realized that Porsha, when everybody was like, oh, so Tanya was doing it, Porsha never opened her mouth to be like, Tanya was not in that room. How dare you say that? Porsha was willing to let Tanya take the rap if it meant that she could get what she want. Tanya realized what type of person she was dealing with, realized she had no friends on either side, and she got the hell out of Dodge. She doesn't talk to Porsha anymore. They have not talked since that trip. You know, they have not talked. So take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, but that's the funny thing, Lavelle. Drew's nobody's friend, right? Yeah, Simon likes younger women than Porsha. But here's the thing. Porsha plays like she's younger. She has the of a 20-year-old. She has that lighthearted spirit, right? So, and with men, they don't care about age. They just care about how young you look. But body type, if I want to see if Porsha actually slims down, because I think Simon's going to make her get into that gym and slim down after the baby comes, right? Let's see. No, Drew is not anybody's friend either. So I'm waiting to see when Drew and Porsha fall out. If they, right now, they have an alliance against Kenya, but yeah, I agree with you. The beans were probably about to be, and I remember the Peach Report on Instagram started hinting that there was something about the really big drop. So they were afraid of the story coming out early, and they got, but I don't know. I don't know why she announced that, right? Yeah, exactly. So no, here's the thing. Phelan has a gag order, and whoever she was cheating on Simon with has not come forward to say a word at all. So until I see actual proof, like we have of Simon, that there was somebody on the side, I don't believe anything Simon says. I think this is orchestrated by Porsha and Simon to make themselves look good, to make Phelan look bad. I just don't believe it. I'm going to need some proof. I'm going to need some type of proof, a name or anything. I know they're dragging Phelan's boyfriend out from 2002 or 2016. Yeah, I'm going to need somebody currently. I'm going to need some pictures. I'm going to need some receipts. I'm going to need anybody to go on record. Anyone, even somebody that works in Atlanta, but nobody can find this mysterious person that Phelan was cheating with. So yeah, right. And Simon put irreconcilable differences, or like Kay said, on his, like Kaya said, on his divorce filing, instead of cheating, extramarital affairs, he put irreconcilable distance. So he didn't even cite it for the church. The court. I think Simon's lying, right? No, listen, she says there's still course. Tanya has not commented. She's not on the Instagram feed. She's not around anyone. No, she said she hasn't talked to him in a while. She said, oh, we're so close. We just haven't talked in a while. Yeah, you know, Porsha is young-minded. Porsha has a secret. Porsha has a lot of secrets, right? I'm excited to see how it plays out too. I hope they do bring Phelan. I 100% hope they bring Phelan out, like 100%. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because where is the proof? Where's this guy? Where's people that saw them? Where's insider knowledge? There is no insider knowledge about anything. There's not even any stories of how and when they were cheating. Just the fact that she was cheating with her assistant, man, get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, I saw that. She put things saying he's so hot. Porsha thinks that she is running game on Simon. Simon knows exactly what he's doing. This is going to end as a disaster. And so, like, she thinks, oh, he's so hot. She thinks she's running game. What is he? They call him an Olga or an Olgo? An Olgo, right? I think it's a Nigerian chief. That Olgo is going to run circles around her. Mark my words. Mark my words. You know what? I'm worried for Phelan too, but Phelan is a Taurus. I think that if given the opportunity with Kenya, Candy, and Phelan, yeah, I really think, and I really honestly think they can really do some damage. Do some damage. And don't forget, Claudia is in Kenya's ear. Don't forget, Claudia is in Kenya's ear telling her who, how, what, who shot John Paul, where, when, and now. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget she has Claudia in her ear. Claudia knows a lot of shit about Porsha, and they run in the same circles. Kenya knows a lot of shit too, but Claudia's in her ear. Fallon, you know what's going on. And Candy, come on now. Come on down. Alex, are you guys? What's up, Alex? Welcome to the chat. What's up, Alex? Ari, do you guys want a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Because y'all be asking for reviews and then nobody watches them, you know? Yeah, exactly, Ace. I agree with you. She plays to the optics of being there. I will do a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills review, but y'all gotta promise me you're gonna watch it. Listen, put your lighters up. Who's watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Yo, Carlos King is coming out with that new reality show, Girl Band, that actually might be good to review. I think Carlos King gives great TV, you know? Yeah, Porsha does. Claudia does need to come back. And Shamari, but Shamari's in Carlos King thing. Now looking back, I realized we were so hard on new housewives, and then they got Drew, and we were like, damn, you don't know what you have until it's gone. Shamari was good, and I love Claudia. I never understood why she left because I really wanted her to stay on the show. But Nene pushed Claudia off. And plus, Claudia was too close to Kenya. Production has a big issue with Kenya. I told you that report about Production, according to Nikki Star TV, right? Production apparently fired Kenya because they were mad at her and they just don't like her. Kenya went above production and went to the network heads. The network heads told them to hire Kenya back. And since then, production's been going out of their way to dog her, right? Yes. What's this? Next season is going to be up next, but that's probably why Porsha is trying to get that spinoff so she can actually just have a spinoff and have some tardy for the party shit and never have to step foot on Real Housewives again. Do you know what I'm saying? And Simon getting his teeth done, and because filming's about to start. Yo, Simon is a mess, but on some uncle shit. Every Facebook, Instagram post is like this. At this camera, real mad deep and being like, blessed with the Lord, right? On some old head uncle shit. Just like, yo, can you move the phone back? Can you have somebody else, right? Or he's posing with his legs crossed in his private jet. This is Simon, every Instagram pants, looking like it's his first date with the camera. Blessed is the Lord. That's Simon. That is Simon. Claudia should have stayed, but Nene got her kicked off and production didn't want Kenya to have an ally, you know? That's one thing about Kenya. She's so strong and so quick-witted and so witty. She can stand on that stage with everybody coming at her and still emerge the victor. So the production was like, all right, you know, Kenya doesn't need anybody to play off it. She can play off her stuff, right? Okay, so Ace said they'd never allow random YouTube on Beverly Hills. No shades towards LaToya. I want her to come back realistically. Listen, that whole season was so ill-produced. Drew annoys the hell out of me. She's so fake. She's so scripted. And this is the direction that they want to go. They basically want to turn it into Love and Hip Hop. You know, in Love and Hip Hop, they're feeding everybody those lines. Even the fights are scripted, you know? Yeah, they should bring back Eva and Shamari, especially considering when Eva left, she was pregnant. I want to see skinny Eva, you know? What's going on? Heck, Vanity Lux. You think Porsha's achievable? She's not a very complex person, so many people actually can see themselves in her. I mean, I guess you're right. I don't know if Porsha's achievable, though. Porsha was always really pretty. She married a football player. I know she's not very, I mean, that's the thing. We keep calling Porsha's dumb, but Porsha's not dumb. She just plays that ditzy act. Porsha's not dumb, but she does play a ditzy act, right? But you're right. Maybe the way, like, I don't know. But you're right. You are right, Vanity Lex. There is something in Porsha, whatever it is, that people think that see themselves in her. There is something that people see. I think it's people that don't like accountability, right? Follow me on this, right? Because Porsha was always fun to me. But there is something when you don't like accountability where you like the fact that Porsha can do what she wants. There's no accountability. And when things get tough, she can beat people up. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Right? Just like I like the fact of Kenya. I've been known when I was younger to have a temper. I admire the quality in Kenya that no matter how much things are going on around her, she keeps her cool and she commands the situation, right? I find it very admirable traits. And when I lose my cool, I wish I could stay in the thing and like keep my feelings, you know, like under wraps. So I admire those traits about Kenya. I'm just wondering what everybody admires the traits around Porsha, you know? Let's see what else. Simon is ready for his spotlight. Yes, Money Love. When Phelan was on Speak On It, she said she shot a lot of scenes, but Bravo left them out. Believe Trader, yep. Went to Bravo executives and asked them not to show her. Listen, I don't even think she had to go to executives because executives don't really care about new peach holders. I think she actually went to the producers because that is their darling. She went to the producers, you know? No, so Alex, we talked about why Phelan wasn't at the reunion. The only thing that I can come up with that makes sense is that Porsha pushed for Phelan not to be on the show the same way Nene pushed for it. Because don't forget, I don't think producers knew that she was sleeping with Fallon's husband. So she kept saying she was probably, there's no Blythe, I don't like her, this and that. And that's also why Porsha took Drew under her wing, right? LaToya came with drama, right? She was an island by herself. Drew was under Porsha's wing, and she was like, why do we need Phelan? We have Drew. No, I think she wasn't at the reunion because Porsha didn't want her there. And think about it. You shared a lot of scenes, but OG, it's just like the way Nene got Claudia off, and Claudia read Nene up and down. Those clapbacks are so, when she said, when you were my age, you had edges. Yo, Claudia was iconic, and she didn't come back. So take it for what you want, right? Yeah, but I don't think Porsha was ever really that dumb when she was even in her 20s. She just knows how to play the ditzy act, but she's not dumb. Yeah, that's the thing. Here's the thing. To a 40-year-old or a 50-year-old, it's easier to say, oh, Porsha appeals to a younger demographic. But you need to understand that Porsha is not 26. A lot of things that she does and says, no matter how pretty she looks, a 26-year-old looks at her the same way Porsha looks at Kenya or Cynthia. Do you see what I'm saying? So from the looking back, it might look like a 26-year-old will get along with Porsha, and that's what the network execs think. But it's like, remember when you were younger and your mom would have their friends over and you'd be sitting there and be like, damn, this person's 40. They're old as shit. You would look at them and be like, look at all these old people dancing and this and that and having fun, right? But when you get older, you start to be like, oh, all my friends look great for 30, even though a 20-year-old would be like, y'all look old as hell. Porsha does not appeal to 26-year-olds. Now, Drew and LaToya, maybe, but Porsha does not appeal to 26-year-olds because they look at her as like the old head, the auntie. But Porsha is not mothering or nurturing, so she can't step into that matriarch role that Nene had. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, well, you know why she's not seen as the villain? Because production protects her and gives her a good edit. And most people go with edits, right? And most people, it's like my mom always said, when somebody likes you, right? When somebody likes you, they don't need an excuse. They look for any excuse to like you, right? When somebody likes you, they look for any excuse. You could literally walk into the middle of the street and cause it 12. They'll make excuses. When someone doesn't like you, you can do everything perfect and they're still going to talk shit about you. I mean, that is the secret of life, right? Realizing who rocks with you and who doesn't rock with you. Porsha's fans, like Divine said, they rock with her. They rock with her and they'll look for any excuse to rock with her. And it is what it is. It is what it is, you know? Yeah, I agree, creator. Porsha has no morals. She's out for herself. But that said, she won't be the first person not to have any morals, right? Just because you don't have morals, fine. But we are on a reality show. And like they said, you know, it's important that like you remember, look at Nene. Look at Nene. She was on top of the world at one point. She made too many missteps and she fell down. I'm not wishing that Porsha falls down, but I am saying that she needs to be really, really careful because you're with that crafty Gemini and that crafty Gemini does not give a bleep if you lose it all. He'll just go on and gallivant. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't care. Actually, even the way he's treating Fallon, I don't like it when I find out that the men I date were unnecessarily mean or cruel to the women before me. Again, I don't want them to be best friends roasting marshmallows. But think about it, most relationships do not end in marriage, right? They just don't. It's just statistically. It doesn't mean anything, but they mostly don't end in marriage. if you break up with someone and you're trying to antagonize them, bringing another woman around, disrespecting them, all this shit, in my mind, I'm like, you're going to do that to me as soon as we fall out. Because the odds are statistically we will fall out. I know we're like, oh my God, this will last forever. But the odds are we're going to fall out. So the odds are we're going to fall out. This could be me in 6 months or a year. Quiet as is kept. I don't like it when men treat their ex really, really bad. You don't got to be bad for it. But why don't you just treat them with that thing like agree to disagree? She doesn't come in my world. I don't come in hers. We just on two sides of a different planet. That's the type of relationship. And when I try to be like, so what happened with your ex? I don't need them to gush about them, but I prefer when people are like, it just didn't work out. You know, we were just two separate people. It didn't work out, but I wish her well. Those are the type of answers I like, because I know in a year, somebody might be asking that. And I don't want to hear she's crazy. She's this, she doesn't know love. She's cheating on me. No, just be like, it didn't work out. We were two different people, moving on. Right. Yeah. You know, Claudia did get a bad rep. She rapped, but Nene kept her back from coming back, right? Oh, this is what it is. It's easier to fool people than to convince them that they've been fooled. So people will not really let go of who they like or who they see as a villain. That's so true, Suji Chick. That is so true. That's so true. If Phaedra comes back, the ratings will go up. I don't know about that, Alex. I don't know, because Phaedra was kind of a moment in time, and we also needed Nene there. I don't know if it will go up. It depends on whether she's cool with Porsha. If she's cool with Porsha, it'll be boring. But if she's on an island of herself, no, that's going to be something completely different. Y'all, make sure you like, subscribe, comment in my live. Come on. Let's get these likes up. You guys know that I am trying my best in YouTube, getting you guys daily and consistent content. And even when I can't think of anything to film, I get on here and go live. So if you like it, if you don't like it, it doesn't matter. Hit that like button. All right. Hit the like button. Okay. Help me move up in that algorithm. Right. But yeah, it's a slippery slope. I agree. They definitely need to fire production. I just don't understand how you went to Real Housewives of Atlanta without firing production. Like, they destroyed one of the most epic. And again, love or hate Porsha, she's good TV. Love or hate Kenya, excellent TV. Love or hate Cynthia. When Cynthia was with Carlos King, Cynthia was reading people left and right. Love or hate half that staff, they are really good TV. And the fact that you have all this magic and you can't figure out what to do with it, that's like having like a million Will Smith, Tom Cruise, all the big people, and you can't make a good movie. That's the director. It's not the actors. The product is there. Phaedra does lie too much, and Phaedra had rehearsed reads. But you know what I loved about Phaedra? Phaedra was Drew, but Drew's not believable. Phaedra just made me laugh. Remember she had the baby shower and there were ballet dancers? And remember when she said that she was going to be induced for labor at 6 months? Phaedra was funny. She was the epitome of the perfect fake Christian. That's the type of fake Christian I like. Make me believe your lies, or at least just make me laugh. Like, Phaedra, come on now, you know? But yeah. Yeah, they need to fire the production team. I agree, Alex. If Porsha has so much influence on them, it's ridiculous. Listen, they need to bring in a production team that has no allegiance to anybody, but that do their job. Because that's what they need to do, is start thing where it's like, yeah, we like you, we'll treat you respectfully, but everybody can catch this heat. Because at the end of the day, they are there to give us a show. And I think there's one thing that showed from Porsha, she can't carry a show. Her spinoff with Dennis didn't get picked up. Porsha's having a baby didn't get picked up. And on this Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? And this is not to say that Kenya can carry the show. I do think there's something that Candy said on Speak On It that the networks need to pay. The Real Housewives are ensemble cast. And sometimes somebody might not be a strong person. Sorry, I'm wiping my eyes on camera. Sometimes somebody might not be a strong person, but they work super, super well in that cast. You know, you have to keep that in mind. And when you literally think one person is running the show, now, no lie, Nene anchored that show, but they have yet to find another Nene. They have yet to find another Nene, right? Kenya maybe could anchor that show, but why would you want to try, right? Porsha's proven she can't anchor the show. This season was horrible. Yeah, Drew was a knockoff Phaedra, absolutely. Cynthia is the most loyal but people just don't like that she's so neutral. She actually loyal to a fault sometimes. Maybe you might have a point there, Manny Lex. You know, I know that Cynthia has fire in her. I know she has that Pisces. I know she can give a fucking read down. I know that much. You know, I know that much. I still don't know if someone who lies like that should be bought back. Phaedra, I mean, she said about Candy. Yeah, it is. But honestly, Alex, you think about it. Why is Porsha there? Why is Porsha there? Seriously, if it was that serious and they took it that serious, why is Porsha there? That's what I want to know. Why is Porsha there? She shouldn't be there. She shouldn't be there because Porsha can play ditzy all she wants. She knew it was bullshit. Just like she made up that shit about Marvin. Just like she made up stuff about what is it? Candy's lesbian lover. Just like she made a story up about Kenya and the one-eyed African. Porsha knew. And she didn't care. And that's fine, but let's call a spade a spade. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I hope Candy's suggestions will penetrate. But honestly, Bravo doesn't seem too excited to actually open up and change, you know? It just doesn't, right? Yeah, she probably shed a few tears. Porsha should have gone since she bought the mess of the show. She's been lying on. Exactly. And the thing is, the fact that Candy actually made money out of it is of no concern. Because when you think about it, it's just like somebody saying that there's something that you did really, really bad. Okay, fine. It never got, but would I ever be around you? No, because I don't trust it. Because I'm not going to be the story that's just like, yo, the rumors were true. How do you know? Because they did it to me. No, I hear you did something that was really out of bounds. I'm not going to be around you. That's just it. The police, but I don't know what the police, you see what I'm saying? So it really does damage Candy. And every single time people try to play Candy, they bring up that stuff. And it doesn't help that stuff is going on with Tiny and T.I. It does not help. That's all I'm saying, right? Yes, Essie, welcome to the chat. Essie, I'll go. Welcome. And welcome. It does not help, right? It does not help that it was there, but it does not help that she was rewarded for her actions. I remember they took her down. They took away her peach. And the next season, every scene she was in. It was only, just like when Kenya was demoted, right? Porsha wasn't held accountable. When she dragged Kenya across that stage, she either should have been let go or there should have been some serious content. But maybe it was. Maybe Kenya is guaranteed that she'll always make, I don't know, 200,000 more than Porsha every season, Maybe, I don't know. You know why she seems to go do so well in stands? It's the same reason Monique from Real Housewives of Potomac did really well with fans. There is and here's the thing when you think of fans, right? And let me just say this, right? The networks are slow to catch up that social media does not transfer to real life all the time, right? You can have 6 million fans on Instagram, which I think Porsha does, and nobody's watching the season. They're there for the mess. They're there for the bloodlust. They're there for the drama. The network has not realized that, just like Monique's fans, they're there being like, I would have, I should have. They want to see the mess. They want to see the bloodlust. They want to see all this stuff, but they're not tuning in to watch. And that's where the network is going wrong. They're like, what's going on? This girl has 6 million viewers, and they're flipping over their heads in focus groups, trying to see how to tap in to Chloe's 6 million viewers. I'm not Chloe, to Porsha's 6 million viewers, but they haven't actually realized that a lot of times on social media, it doesn't transfer. Lily Singh, who had, I think over 15 million viewers on YouTube, they put her on the Late Show and she got replaced. Because the people were tuning into YouTube, but they weren't tuning in to ABC, NBC. Do you see what I'm saying? And this goes into Bravo's execs being very old-minded. Things are changing. They need to keep up. If anything, they need some new blood with those executives, people that actually understand the social media. They understand the platform. They understand how things are changing quickly. They need to bring in new blood on all levels, but they're not going to do that because that will require people to give up power, and they don't see the need to. So whatever, I feel like Bravo is in danger of becoming Lifetime. Like your crazy aunts and uncles and whoever else, when you're bored and can't find the remote, watch it. But nobody that advertisers really want are buying it, Nobody that coveted demographic of 18 to 35 aren't really messing with Lifetime like that. You see what I'm saying? And I think Bravo is in the danger of going. At one point, 10 years ago, they had that coveted thing, but now the 18-year-olds are 28-year-olds and the 35-year-olds are 45 years old. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah, people who love the mess and the drama are not the core housewives. Now, don't get me wrong. We love the mess. Welcome, Betty Swank. Welcome. We love, I remember when she fought Jasmine in season 8. Exactly. Yo, we love the mess and drama, but to a certain point. We love that mess and drama where it's drama and then the next time they're having a fun because you're living vicariously. But also I feel like Housewives true fans are people that love seeing the archetypes of humanity interplay. It really is like watching sociology. It really honestly is like watching sociology. And it's just crazy to me that they've now gone, but every newspaper, Google it, every newspaper, every company, every clothing line, every sponsorship, and every TV that's tried to chase after social media followers have always, and that's their sole purpose, they never end up doing well. Again, following somebody on Instagram and liking their feed is not the same as wanting to show up every day and wanting to talk about it and keeping it thing and it being on the water cooler. They have other ways of getting information. They're on the neighborhood talk. They're on the shade room. And that's just like little things. They're on like these YouTube channels. They're on our channels, right? That are looking at the gossip. They need to find a way to get the entertainment out quicker. And they won't. I mean, for God's sakes, look at Peacock, you know? What is this? Morgan. Hey, what's up, Morgan? Welcome. Essie said Jamie kept sending Bravo info and used to work for Bravo. So Porsha beat up the person who put money in her pocket. That's Porsha, right? Not only do they need to fire the production company, they need to hire Black production. Porsha Shakalaka, I agree. They need a Black production company. When Carlos King was in, that was the epitome. Don't get me wrong. I think Carlos King has an amazing vision for reality shows. He has a great ear, but I do think that the Real Housewives of Atlanta would be suited for people that understand the drama a little bit more, if it makes sense, you know? Jamie kept sending Bravo. Yes, Morgan, I am thinking about reviewing Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but is anybody going to watch it? Because I already did Shaw's. I did the other one, and everybody's just like, you know, y'all just let that flop, even though it is a really good review. Shaw's of Sunset looks like it's going to be really, really good this season too, you know? How often has Bravo actually changed out a production company? I don't know, because True Entertainment is the parent production company for a lot of the Housewives shows. And I don't know, but they need to. They need to, because the same thing's happening to the OC, even though that franchise needs to go away. They're just, The OC, it's happening. It's happening to the Real Wives of New York, Snooze Fest. Beverly Hills still has a lot of bullshit, which is good, right? And what else is it good? Dallas sucks. They're trying to bring a new Miami. Who else is doing good? Oh, and Potomac. But that's honestly because of Monique and the way they handled it. They literally got, but let's see how it goes. Right? Hey, Betty Swank, better late than never. We also love the resolution. Yes, exactly, Ace. We love the drama, but we love the resolution. And we love when it's petty stuff. We love where it's petty stuff, right? All right, Morgan, I'll review Real Housewives of Beverly Hills just for you. I'll do 2 or 3 episodes. And if it flops after that, then I'll just move on. Okay? Yes, that's crazy, though. That they're literally, Alexis says Portia's never called out for Ron. If it's Kenya, I think production just favors her. But it's crazy you're talking about a cast shakeup when it's a reality show. Anything that doesn't go right is editing. You can tell by Speak On It, they gave them the product. The product was there with the Speak On It. The product was there. So please explain to me with the product there, how you guys had such a crappy season. It's all production's fault. I don't think Andy really. Oh, and who works on? The production company is run by a Black woman that works for Real Housewives in New Jersey. Andy needs to buy. He's biased. I don't know if Andy has too much control over the production of Housewives. I know he gets a sneak peek and they listen to him, but I don't know how much control Andy has anymore. Have a good night, Alex. Listen, I'm going to review episode 1 for you and Morgan, okay? I will review, right? Yeah, once Leanne left Real Housewives of Dallas, I was like, I don't care, because I don't like that redhead girl or Stephanie. They're so weird. Yeah, I like New York too, Betty Swank. I think Dorinda should have stayed on there. It's like they're taking out the people that give it the pizzazz. So I'm just like, whatever. And the ratings show, it's not just us, the ratings show. It is. Andy must be jealous to speak on it because actually I dogged Speak on It, but it's actually gotten really good. Candy's actually doing something with Speak on It. I dogged it. I made fun of it in the beginning, but they just needed time to find their thing. I actually really do enjoy Speak on It now. And I even enjoy on that note when Candy talks about musical stuff. I'm starting to really enjoy Candy's things, right? No, they're not going to pick up Monique. They're not. Yo, Latasha, that's a good idea to bundle the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I like that idea, to bundle it. I like that idea. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Thank you, Latasha. I'm going to bundle them. No, I don't think they should bring Monique back at all, but I mean that fight, actually, and the way that war, it got shit popping. But the funny thing is, they could have had, Monique played herself because she could have had that same divide and that same war if she had thrown a drink in Candace's face. If she had just thrown the drink in Candace's face, they would have had the same divide. If, you know? Well, okay, here's the thing, Sujuka. Speak on It is okay, but compared to the Housewives shows, it's actually a lot more entertaining and it fills in a lot of blanks, right? Yeah, but don't forget that after Porsha pulled Kenya's hair, Andy sold out his controlling faction in Bravo. Andy sold out, he let the Bravo people buy him out under NBC Universal. He got bought out. He's a very, very wealthy man. And one of the things of the deal was him to keep Watch What Happened Live. So don't forget that, right? Don't forget one of the things of the deal was for him to keep Watch What Happens Live. So at that time, he was super, super powerful, but he sold his controlling interest, you know? Yeah, Speak on It let us know that the show could have been a lot better. Exactly. Betty Swank, listen, you can like Monique. Monique never bothered me. Sometimes I actually thought she was funny the way she got with Giselle. But what she did to Candace and the way she showed her narcissism, Monique scares me. I'm not even joking. Once you've been around a narcissist, you see Monique loud and clear, and she scares me. She really honestly does. And when you're like, but you don't even know Monique, how you know? Once you've been around a narcissist, it's like being around a dog or a cat. They all say meow. They all wag their tails. Narcissists tend to act the same way all the time. And they react, they deflect, they do all this stuff. So Monique scares me. That's why it's like and even at the reunion, I was just like, yo, this is not good. This is scary. This is scary. Yes. I'm glad she won't be back for season 6. But the thing is, she played herself because had she just gone to war, threw a drink, cursed Candace out, it would have made for good TV. But she flipped because she thought that Candace was an easy target. And then the way she went on that PR campaign and it was just weird and gave me like, I just didn't like that. I didn't like that. Yeah, it was a bad move on Andy's part, but Morgan, this is all I'm going to say, right? Was it? Because Bravo looks like it's going down. Bravo does look like it's going. Like I said, I think Bravo is in danger of becoming the Lifetime channel. And you know those channels that used to be That Girl, but now only like older people, like, you watched it out of habit, but I don't know. Bravo's going down. So it makes me think Bravo's not making the money with sponsorships and corporate advertising the way they did when Andy was there. So true, he might be regretting it, but I don't know. Maybe he saw a sinking ship. Maybe he saw something we didn't see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody's not a pacifist. It's not about being the pacifist. It's about this, right? I'm on a show to throw shade. I am tuning in to see people to take little barbs and to throw shade. I am tuning in for the mess and the drama. I'm tuning in to see you verbally and mental gymnastics. That's why I tune in, right? If I wanted to see a fight, no shade to Love and Hip Hop, I would go watch Love and Hip Hop. If I wanted to see a fight, there's a bunch of things that I could see people that are pulling each other. I don't tune in to Housewives for that. It's not about being a pacifist. It's the fact that you were at work and you assaulted a coworker and then you went on to gaslight somebody for a year. But more importantly, even if it was a pacifist, the fact that she was charging around that barn like RoboCop, literally trying to hurt Candace. I'm not saying you have to be nonviolent. I'm not saying this. If somebody spoke to me on the street the way Candace spoke to me and read me down, no, it still wouldn't be a fight because I'm too old for that. I would have got up, laughed, and went about my business and went laughing someplace else. But even if somebody accosted me on the street, maybe when I was younger, it would have been a fight, but it wouldn't have been at work, and it wouldn't have been a coworker, and it wouldn't have been over, I'm sleep. That's another thing. Everybody keeps confusing Candace's mouth to Ashley or Candace's mouth to Monique. What did she say to Monique besides, we're asleep? And Robin and Giselle laughing in the background because trying to check if everybody's not a pacifist. Why didn't Monique check Robin? Why didn't she check Giselle? Why didn't she check the people that were actually coming after her? Because she didn't want to. She wanted to pick on the smallest, weakest person, the girl that's 3 apples high and weighs 100 pounds soaking wet and was saying, we're asleep. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying, right? Exactly. Yeah, she said, I'm asleep. And it was funny. And she was trolling around being funny. And then she was like going like this in Candace's face. And Candace was like, don't put your hand on my face. Candace didn't think Monique was going to touch her. Monique was the one that instigated contact. And then she took that opportunity, not only beat up Candace, but Giselle said, and Robin said, they only showed clips of the fight. Monique was acting a goddamn fool for 45 minutes to the point of they had to remove Candace from the scene because Monique wouldn't calm down. And before you say it, I know Candace called Monique every hood, rat, trophy, whatever she could. But let me tell you, you literally try to pull my hair out. You humiliate me on national TV. You mollywop me in my face after I looked out. Let me tell you something. You don't want to hear my mouth. I do believe that when somebody puts their hands on you, you can say what you want to them. You can say what you want. You put your hands on me and tried to beat me. And then for 45 minutes, went around like RoboCop trying to finish me off. Man, no. Let me tell you something. Monique was the wrong one. You're on a show to throw shade. If you can't take the shade, get out of here. If you're not a pacifist, if you speak with these hands, right, and not your words, what are you doing on Housewives? Go to another show. Chris is rich. You don't need that little check. Why is it? Well, Monique's probably under a non-compete agreement, so she can't do another reality TV show. But you see what I'm saying, right? Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. She couldn't go toe to toe. And again, everybody's blaming Candace, but Monique, what are you doing on a show where your whole job description is to throw shade and be vicious? That's a job description. You know, that's like your boss coming to you and being like, yo, can you put this in Excel format? And then coming in and be like, what is this? How come you don't know Excel? Him and playing you in front of people, you fighting them and being like, you need to watch your mouth. Okay, but you should know how to do Excel, you know? Yeah, Essa said she didn't do that for TV. Her real side came out and she got mad. And she made that's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That mask dropped. That mask dropped. Betty, I was there on the Instagram video too. She said that there was a plot. Monique and her were not cool at that time. They still weren't cool. Even when they came back, they weren't talking. So they all got invited to the cast dinner. She heard Robin and Giselle plotting on saying that Monique's baby wasn't hers. Candace actually spoke up and said, right? That's never going to work. The baby looks just like him. She then called Karen and said, listen, I'm not talking to Monique, but I want her to know that they're plotting on her. Can you pass that on to Monique? They were not cool. Candace could have been at a table plotting on her. So what? But the people that were really plotting with her, she didn't have shit to say to them. That's some real punk ass shit. The fact that the people that really are plotting on you, you're keying trying to plan parties and being their friends, but the one person that looked out for you, man, no. Candace did not flip her hair first. We watched it in slow motion. Monique flipped Candace's hair. Candace didn't touch Monique's hair. Monique flipped Candace's hair. Monique was going like this, twirling her hair in her fingers. And she said, what you want to do? Drag me, Monique? You drag me? Monique wrapped her hands in her hair and said, do you want me to? And as soon as she said, yeah, boom, Candace's face hit the thing. And then she started mollywopping her. Let me tell you something. And Monique, this is what I'm going to tell you, Betty. Monique is always, Monique and Candace were not friends after that one season. They never got back to being friends. Ever. They were not friends after that. They agreed to disagree. But let me tell you something. Everybody's being like, yo, everybody's not a pacifist. That's what happens in the hood. That's what happens in the hood. How can you claim that's what happens in the hood Why you're hiding behind rich people shit? Because that happened on a TV show. Let me tell you something about what happens in the hood. We all have crazy cousins. What happens in the hood is you beat up somebody, and then their boyfriend or their brothers or their cousins go out looking for Chris, or they catch you in the mall and jump on you. Monique is not about that life. And it makes me so crazy the way people are like, that's what happens in the hood. That's not what happens in the hood. In the hood, there's a lot of slow singing and flower bringing after some shit like that happens. So the fact that everybody's like, oh, that's what happens in the hood. So are we hood or are we not hood? Do we know how to act? And oh, I get it. So what happened was, in the hood, somebody lets you beat them up and publicly humiliate them, and then it's just over. You took your lashing and you got to go home. No, that's what happens in 8th grade. In 8th grade, you have a fair one, and then you go home and everybody just goes plays the next day. That's what happens in 8th grade. In the hood, that shit does not end well, you know? Yeah, I'm not getting into who flipped whose hair first. Monique did, but even if she didn't, first of all, she did, but even if she didn't, Monique could have disengaged. Monique could have moved back. Listen, and it's the way she handled things afterwards. Had it just been her losing her temper, maybe. But afterwards, that gaslighting PR, when we're looking at the tape on slow-mo and she's still like, don't believe your lying eyes. Man, Monique lost me for life. No, there was nothing hood about that, but a lot of people are like, that's what happens in the hood. You talk shit, you get shit. Talk smack, get smacked. That's not what happens. You talk smack, you get smacked, and then your cousins come back with the rat-a-tat-tat. That's what happens in the hood. You know what I'm saying? That's how, and again, if something had happened to Monique, if she was walking and then gotten jumped on by Candace's cousins, I could be like, well, everybody's not a pacifist. You're not going to beat my cousin up on national TV and think it's just going. It is what it is, you know? Candace, first of all, she asked her to leave her house a few times. Ashley was not intimidated by that butter knife. And Candace uses things when she talks. It was a butter knife. And Ashley wasn't intimidated because the more she did, the more she walked up on her, left the house, and came back. Can we stop comparing somebody getting mollywopped? A girl, I don't understand, Betty. There's a comparison between someone getting beat up and somebody waving a butter knife in the face. Where's the correlation? You are saying that somebody, Betty, where's the correlation between a human being touching your body? Am I crazy? Y'all get in here. No, one tall girl. Yeah, they were both wrong, but they didn't both overreact. Maybe I was just raised different. When you touch somebody's body, you have it's done. Even in America, even in the court of law, you can talk shit to an officer. Do you know that? You can yell shit at a police officer. You can do everything, but one thing you better not goddamn do, let me plug my charger in. One thing you better not do is touch that police officer. One thing you better not do is touch that police officer. It is legal to talk shit in America. It's legal. That's not a defense. You were talking shit and I put my hands on you. That's not a defense. And if we're saying, oh, well, those are hood rules, then let's talk about all the hood rules. You know what? Let's not even get into these Candace Monique rules, right? Exactly. My question to Monique lovers was, what was Candace supposed to do after getting beat? Just be okay with it and not defend herself with words? Exactly. Betty Swank. You said if Candace had a plastic knife in my face, I would have stomped her into the 5th level of hell. Listen, do you? But where I'm from, you stomped me in the 5th level. First of all, if somebody stomped me in the 5th level of hell, please believe everybody that even shares a drop of my blood would be at your doorstep, running up in your mama's crib, dragging you out. Not to you personally, Betty Swank, but I'm just saying it's odd that people don't act like an action has an action of an action. Candace stopped that shit because Candace knows in the real world it's not acceptable to do this. So the same way Candace shut down any physical repercussions to Monique, why can't Monique have that same thing and shut down even touching Candace? Who touches another human being when you're over the age of 25? Y'all still getting in fights at this age? Yeah, y'all. Again, I don't know why you guys are taking so much delight in a human being being touched for the words on. You guys, we are not talking about the Costco's. We're not talking about at the club. We're talking about at a show where everybody is handsomely compensated to run their mouths and be nasty. That's the job description. You guys don't see any delineation? Nothing? You don't see any delineation? You don't see any delineation between being paid to be nasty and snarky. Never mind the fact she wasn't even being nasty at that time, but you don't even see any delineation between being paid to show up and dog each other out verbally and touching someone. Y'all don't see a delineation? Stop transferring what happens in real life to the show. This was a reality show. What the hell? Yes. Ashley asked her and she came back to talk to her. Exactly. William, shut up. Shut up, William. Listen, actions have reactions. I agree. But what about the gaslighting for a year? I don't know. Listen, we're not going to go down this track because y'all are not going to convince me. Actions have reactions. But running your mouth on a show, listen, you know what? You know what this reminds me of? That is like us being for the World Wrestling Federation. My job is to body slam into you. Your job is to body slam and talk shit. Let's just say we're doing a body slam and then somebody afterwards comes and literally stabs you. Is it actions have consequences? Because we were paid to do this. So why now are you getting upset? This is the job. This is a job. This is a job. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Suji, they just don't want to admit that the fave is wrong, you know? Thank you. They were at work. And no, Morgan, Monique is not tough. They were at work. Candace was being nasty to Ashley. Where's Ashley's karma? Y'all don't remember when Katie was having a nervous breakdown and Ashley dogged her? You don't remember what she did with Robin and Juan? You don't remember what she did with Candace? Ashley is the nastiest person up there. You don't remember what she did with Karen? So where's Ashley's karma? No. Yes, a blogger, Monique, apologized to her, right? Exactly. She can't match Candace with. She got mad. Sounds like Porsha. Exactly. Because honestly, Candace wasn't even saying anything. Okay, first of all, sweet cutie, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I actually do my research. I have time on my hands. I do my research. The blogger that Candace wished death on, first of all, he was coming after Candace. Going after Chris's kids, saying nasty shit. Him and Candace were arguing over Twitter. Candace didn't know who she was. She didn't. She said, just get out of here. He wished her death too. And then a year later, he died from health complications and apologized to Candace before he passed away. What are you talking about? And listen, what world do y'all live in? Really? You trying to say that Candace's tongue is so powerful, it drove Monique out of herself, and she has the power of life and death on her tongue? Girl, stop. Judy, stop. We are not in third grade. Exactly. It's too much. And how was she supposed to know he was sick? How was she supposed to know? Yo, it's too much. Now y'all saying that Candace's tongue has the power of life and death. Candace is a powerful woman. She got life and death dripping off that tongue. They are very, very similar. Exactly. In Vanity Lux, that's my point. Candace be talking a horrible cast shit, but in that moment, she did not deserve that. And let me tell you something. She's never talked cast shit to Monique, ever. And if Monique wants to say that she was doing it because of the Ashley shit, then what about the season before when Candace got on the outs with everybody because she was defending you when everybody else was dogging you out? Let's not forget what Ashley said. Ashley said to Monique that Monique was an alcoholic. And the reason that she had a miscarriage is because she was a drunk. Yeah, y'all remember that? Where's Ashley's karma? Yeah, exactly. The raw ones always think they can just attack people and go about their business, but they're the first ones to cry with their faces toward the wall and the jail cot. I feel you. Yeah, they just want to see Monique be right so bad. Yo. Betty, she is immature. She doesn't have any self-control. So what? That doesn't justify a human being putting your hands on another human being at work when you're paid to talk trash. Listen, Vanity Lux, I am holding Candace accountable, but I don't think she deserves to be beat, because if that's the case, Ashley should be underneath the goddamn ground. Let's talk about Ashley. Let's talk about Giselle. Let's talk about everybody. Quiet as kept. Let's talk about Ken. Let's talk about Cameron. They should all be beaten. They all need to be mollywopped. Exactly. Ashley would have gotten it. Anyway, y'all, I've been on this live for 3 hours, and now we are getting into the diaspora wars of Candace versus Monique. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for my 4 yard stream. Thank you, everybody that gifted me. And thanks, everybody, for coming out. This stream is going to be posted. Like, comment, and share with your friends. And thank you, everybody that actually liked the stream. I really appreciate it. Talk to y'all later. Bye.